and welcome to the FBL League live from Spa. We are here now on the Sunday for the Endurance League. I am James Parfitt, and shortly I will be joined in the booth by Tyler Oldham, who's going to join me this evening. But the track, as we know, is Spa 6.93 kilometers. We are broadcast live on the FBL YouTube channel and using iRacing, the world's premier simulator, here tonight for this Radical Endurance League. Now, if you have recently just joined us, guys, in the Discord, you would know that there is a Endurance League and a Sprint League. The Sprint League was run last Friday and was won by Dennis Kiriakopoulos, who took the victory from Ola Bratton. And then Marco Tolman finishing in third place. And it was absolutely amazing race, guys. You can go back into the FBL YouTube and watch it back, because trust me, you will not be disappointed. Now, hope you are all well. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe, turn on them bells for notifications, and don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Now let's bring Tyler into the booth this evening. Tyler, welcome in.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No worries. How are you, young sir?
I'm alright, how are you doing?
Yeah, very well indeed. Now, I believe you've got some details for us of this league this evening.
Yes, so it's a brief run through the race rules today. So to start with, it's the schedule for the race. It starts at 35 minutes practice, which we're in the last 10 minutes of now. 15 minutes of open qualifying to decide the race grid, and then we've got a 90 minutes race. And as soon as qualifying ends, no one else can join the section. So we'll be having the final grid towards the end of qualifying. The setup is a fixed setup, the one used on the track-specific ones for iRacing. So, for example, this will be the Spa fixed setup. There'll be no safety cars. There's 2 mandatory pit stops with a 90-second penalty if you don't have the second stop 10 minutes before the end of the race. There's no tyre change regulation or refueling regulation as long as you have the pit stop. There's also 3 fast repairs available if anyone has any incidents in the start of the race to get back into it. And the fuel at start is going to be obviously determined by the factory race, and the max fuel limit is 100% from the pit stops.
Right, so there you go. So that's going to be an interesting one. Now, the point system, I believe, is the same as the sprint race as well that they run on Friday.
Yeah, so it's 50 points for the winner, 45 second, 44 third, 37, 35 for fifth, 33 for sixth, 31 for seventh, 29 for eighth, 9 gets 27, 10 gets 25, 11th gets 21 points, 12 gets 19 points, 13th gets 17, 14th 15, 15 gets 13 points, 16 gets 9, 17 gets 7, 18 gets 5, 19 gets 3, and finally 20th gets first. There's additional points as well. For pole position, you get 1 point. For the fastest lap in the race, you get 1 point. 0 incidents throughout the race gets you 5 points. 1 to 4 incidents gets you 3 points, and 5 to 7 gets you 1 point, with any more getting 0 points.
Well, there you go, guys. It is really important for these guys to try and stay away from collecting any incidents. Now, we do have currently 27 cars on track for this absolute epic evening of racing, and I cannot wait for this. I've driven in the 90 Minutes Endurance League myself in the first carnation that they did back last year. And I'm not going to lie, it's a tough one, Tyler. 90 minutes in the Radical around Spa definitely does work the arms.
Yeah, going on any car in Spa is always a difficult task to have, and especially when it's a Radical that isn't exactly loose in the isn't exactly grounded in the corners. We've seen a lot of spins in practice already from turn 7 ahead as well as turn 1 as well. I believe there's been got crashes so far in practice, so.
Yeah, I think the guys are going to have to be careful. Like here now, we've had Marco Tolman has gone round. This, as we have mentioned, is in turn 1. Too much gas and around goes Marco Toman. So that's going to be one of the dangers. Now, if it's anything like Friday, they are going to have to be careful of the draft. And I say be careful partly because poor Eric Hanoi, who's with us this evening, come an absolute cropper of the draft on Friday, running up through El Rouge and Radion. All of the car in front, I believe it was Marco Tolman, was had to lift coming up over the brow of the hill. And unfortunately, Eric Hanoi had nowhere to go apart from hitting the brakes, turning left and trying to avoid Marco Tolman, and ended up putting it into the barrier. So the guys are going to have to be careful, Tyler. That is a massive thing this evening. Once they can get on Kemmel, it should be a nice, easy run. But that run up through El Rouge and Radion is going to be a tricky one.
Yeah, it's always really hard to see how much you're going to gain when you're going into a Rouge and Radion, because you just suddenly get in front of everyone. It's very, very hard to judge, especially.
No, as you see Gary Truby there, I believe he has just met up with Damien G, who I believe unfortunately blew his engine up going into the bus stop. So there you go. Now we have got some latecomers to the league. Stuart Brown has just literally joined us about 5 minutes ago. Paul Stewart was rushing to try and get involved with the league. We were trying to sort invites out for him beforehand. So he's managed to make it out on track. So we do have 27 cars. 27 cars on a standing start, rushing down into La Source, Tyler, is, well, that's just going to be a sight if they can all make it through there safely.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting first lap, that's for sure, because usually there's going to be one incident at least in the first lap, and especially going at Radion and Rouge for the first time. Going to be interesting with all the Kemmel straight battles as well. Going to be a good first lap, I reckon.
Yeah, as long as these guys keep it out the back of each other with cold tyres on the first time, running up through the hill, I think they might survive. It's going to be a tricky one, you know what I mean? Because they are coming out on cold tyres. And unfortunately, yeah, these radicals are not always great on cold tyres. If you've not been here before, or if you've not driven a radical before, they are generally what's used as a step up into the P217. Now, most people will go from a radical to a P217. So these cars are very tricky to drive. But once you get them warmed up, they do stick well, but it's getting that initial lap out the way. Now, some of the drivers that we've got here tonight, Colin Wynn is joined us for the Endurance League. Unfortunately, cannot do the Sprint League, so he's here tonight as well. Now, most of the other people I believe we saw on Friday, Niad Kluskik is back. He's for Team Madej, and so is Daniele Cascado for Madej as well. So, yes, that is Madej. I've got sent a video from Niad on how to pronounce it with an Italian accent. Now, obviously, myself, is not Italian. So it's quite interesting to try and hear me say that. But he is there. Ivan Bramer is back as well for the HRT team. Gary Truby on BSR is here. David Lawson is in this race this evening. He is there in his customary Ghostbusters livery. There is good old David Lawson. He has joined us for Symphonite Esports team tonight. So that's going to be an interesting one to see what he can do this evening. Now, we've got a lot of accomplished drivers in the Radical. A lot of these I know from previous leagues. Tyler, and so yourself, like Damien G, Colin Wynn, Gary Truby, that we've all seen him in leagues before. You know, what are we expecting from this 90 minutes? Because it's going to be a tricky one, and they do have 2 pit stops.
The end of last season at Interlagos, we saw them in a brilliant battle for the championship, and I reckon it's going to carry on this year with the 2 championship contenders, as well as all the other ones trying to battle for it as well. It's going to be an interesting season, I reckon. It's going to be some good racing, hopefully some clean racing, and we'll get it all through the track.
Yeah, so we've got some new drivers in as well. John McHutchinson is here. He is one of the new guys joining us for this season. Currently in first in practice on a 2:12.08. So that would be an interesting one. Paul Velasco joins us again this evening after taking part in the sprint race. David Tamira is also here. He's currently in 25th on a 2:15.49. So I have to see whether or not David can drag that car back up now as we go on board with David Burnell, who's also one of the new guys this evening. So we've got lots of new people in this league tonight. And that can only be exciting, can't it, really, when you have 27 cars on track?
Yeah, for us it's very exciting to see, and I reckon for Nihad, for defending his championship, he's going to be he's a bit nervous about this as well, because with John going faster than him currently, it's interesting for him.
Yeah, Niad, who was last season's championship winner, is currently defending champion. He's got a completely different field this year than last season, and a lot more people involved in this great FBL league. That, guys, if you do want to take part, please head over to fblcommunity.com. You can take part and join the Discord if you're late. Yes, you are late for the sprint and you are late for the endurance, but it's always open. James, who's Kim? Kim? Colin Wynn. That's what I said, didn't I? I'm sure I did, Colin. You're confusing me. It's too early in the evening. I'm sure I said Colin Wynn. Didn't I? No. Yes. Yes, Colin, I did. I did. So we start the open practice with 15 minutes remaining. Colin Wynn as on your tee. Oh, him. Oh, sorry. It's just a name of a designer that I wear. Sorry. And it's him. Him. Hymm. I got confused. Sorry. Oh, dear. Just putting the name out there, Colin. I'm going to approach you for sponsorship of the league. So there you go. But as you can see, guys, the new screen is at the bottom with the qualifying times. You will see them come through as the guys go around on track. You will see them all come through there. Colin, you freaked me out for a minute. I thought I was mispronouncing names again. I was like, no, not again. We went through this last night with poor old Dennis Kyriakopoulos, which I like to add, I got right tonight. So there you go. Dennis, who took the victory in the sprint race, has joined us this evening for the endurance. So this is going to be one of these races I don't think you're going to want to miss. You're going to want to get your drinks, grab your popcorn, and completely enjoy the next 90 minutes of racing with this 15 minutes qualifying. Now, the qualifying screens at the bottom are in order, okay? So please do not panic. That is as they are crossing the line. They will be across the line in the places that they're in. So we're going to see Graham Brown. He's going to go across the line first. There you go. Now he moves. See, it's all there, guys. It's all there. We're on it. Like anything here this evening, I'll tell you that much. It's going to be an absolutely incredible race. We want to make sure we can bring you all the best action as possible, so we will bring you as all of it as soon as we can, as soon as we catch up with it. Now, there will be no doubt quite a lot, so we will do our best to catch it as much as we possibly can. And I'm excited, Tyler. I'm excited. As I say, we caught the end of last season in Interlagos. So, you know, we both remember that race. It was incredible racing, I'm not going to lie. So I can't see this one being any different. Lots of new drivers, lots of old-time drivers. You know, it's going to be an exciting one for the next hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm just glad there's not any maths involved in this first round at the moment.
You are sorry?
There's no maths involved working out who's going to win the championship this time round yet. Yeah, anyway. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah, nobody was there like last season. If you haven't watched the last race back at Interlagos, you should definitely go and watch it. We were trying to work as the race went on, there was a lot of twists and turns in the race. And there was poor old Tyler in the back with his pen, his paper, and his calculator. And he was trying to work it out as best he can as we were going along. So you've got to admire Tyler's commitment into it to try and give us the best update as possible. But not yet, Tyler, not yet. We're only on race 1 at the moment. Don't forget, we are going into Red Bull Ring in 2 weeks' time. Then we go to Brands Hatch 2 weeks after that, then Road America. And then we go to the Nordschleife circuit. So that should be an interesting one for round 5. So keep an eye. This will run every 2 weeks, guys, from this evening. So keep an eye on that. We see Graham Brown go green, and he's got 2 purples with a green in the middle. So this should be a nice little quick time from Graham Brown as he goes across the line, puts in a 2:12.88 absolute flying, the fastest man on track at the moment, Graham Brown. And I think, to be honest with you, Tyler, I think that's going to be the benchmark. The 2:12s is going to be the benchmark for this car, for this race.
Yeah, from what I can see, that's going to be about the time it's going to be. Maybe low 2:12s if we can get the right lap in, but we'll have to see and wait and see that.
Dennis Kyrgiakopoulos is on a purple sector. We will jump with him and see how he does. He's gone in second place on a 2:13.1. The times are coming in thick and fast, and we will try and bring you all the times when they come through. We've got Alphonse Ruiz from HRT. He's currently sitting in third place. Daniele Cascado, who was involved in the championship title contender with Niad Gluskic last season. Both on the same team. They've changed over from the Marlborough team this year to Team Made, and they are currently sitting in 4th and 6th respectively. Now, one of the interesting things, if you're looking at the timing tower thinking, well, hold on, Mr. Parfitt, there is 2 Graham Browns. There's 2 G Browns. Yes, but they are spelt differently. We have Graham without the H, and we have Graham with the E. So just be aware that, yes, we do have 2 Graham Browns, but at the same time, they are 2 individual people. There is not Graham Brown running around twice. I just want to clear that up for you. So there you go. First Graham Brown is currently sitting in a 2:12.88 at the moment, and is doing an absolute stellar job. As we can see, the next Graham Brown is currently bringing up some purple sectors at the moment. So we will try and get on board with him. He's a purple in sector 2 and 3. And let's see how he finishes off as he comes round for the last part of the lap. Now, runs round on the right-hand side of the circuit. Little dip to the left. And there you go. He goes in on a 2. Ooh, no improvements. No improvements for Graham Brown. Still on a 2:12.88. So let's see how it goes. Stefan Sheen there has just popped it in to 5th place. Colin Wynn is down in 6th. Marco Tolman is in 7th. The other Moving Matters car of the other Graham Brown is currently down in 9th place. Frederick Rieslick is just gone and popped it into 6th place. Car number 707 there has popped it into 6th place. Now David Walters has just gone on to pole with a 2:12.79. So the times are dropping, Tyler. What are we expecting, do you reckon? 2:12.50 maybe?
I reckon 5's probably about the average it'll give you the best times, I reckon. I can't see him getting much better than this unless they have like a full toe lap, which is very hard to work out, especially with teams.
Yeah,
but we have to see if it works.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to just keep an eye out on whether or not that will actually work. We have got the other Graham Brown has just gone off track. If you're wondering what the red on the timing tower means, it means that he has just gone off track. And we can see there, I believe, that is Dennis Kyrgiakopoulos making use of the draft behind David Walters, and he's now tucked up there as well behind car number 52, which happens to be Eric Hanoi, who had such an unfortunate incident last night. So Dennis Kyrgiakopoulos could do himself some favours. You can see the times going through the screens. Most are yellow. Marco Tolman has gone green. Damien G is green as well. Just waiting for Dennis to come through. He's purple in sector 4, I believe. So let's see how this plans out. The sprint race winner, Dennis Kyrgiakopoulos, is going to have to try and stay with this toe. Now, as they're heading round Fagnier, going to end up down through the double right-hander. Establo coming up now. Goes round once. It goes round twice. And let's see how this goes for Dennis Kyrgiakopoulos as we go on this great roll bar cam. Going to be picking up the toe from Eric Hanoi all the way down Blanchimont now. All the way up into 6th gear. You can see it there. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. He's making use of the toe. He just hopes Eric Hanoi does not affect his last corner. Eric moves over and brakes after towing in for pretty much 3/4 of the lap. Dennis now on the brakes. Into the bus stop we go. 1st gear. Round he goes. Got to get on the power. Wait for the car to settle. Gives it some beans. And here we go. What has Dennis Kiriakopoulos done? He's gone into pole on a 2:12.54. And that, Tyler, shows us what the draft can do. He got towed for pretty much 3/4 of that lap.
Yeah, he's got to give him a tow and a beer at the end of this race, I think. That was a fantastic tow there, fantastic lap as well from Dennis.
Yeah, so he's got Eric Hanoi now. He's trying to get back and say, well, I've towed you, young sir. It's my turn. I want some of this action. I want some of this towing. And see if Eric Hanoi now can make use of the tow from Dennis Kiriakopoulos. As we can see, our late entry Graham Brown, normal entry Graham Brown, sorry, the late entry Graham Brown is on there. Stuart Brown is involved as well. I believe there's no relation, so be aware. We've got a lot of Browns in the mix, a lot of Grahams, and one of the things we have noticed, Tyler, there was a lot of Davids join the league this year.
Yeah, I think there's 5 Davids in total, which is going to be quite interesting if I ever say David accidentally. Just make sure I don't do that.
We'll have to make sure we try and get their surnames in check. So we've got David Walters is one of the Davids. Then we've got David Lawson, David Rolliston, David Burnell, and David Tamira. So there's 5 Davids in tonight's race. So we're going to have to see how that one turns out. Now, one of the things I want to keep an eye on at the moment is Damien G from Team BSR has not set a lap as of yet. And him and his teammate, Gary Truby, are not really doing so well. And they've got about just over 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes remaining. So these guys are going to have to try and work together. Now, our very own Sandro Capella is back on track after Friday night. He had a bit of an awful one. He did ask politely. He says, James, look, it's not my fault. I said, well, Sandro, is it because you get nervous? Is it because you come out that, you're famous because you're on TV? And he promised me it wasn't. But unfortunately, Friday, he didn't do well. And didn't do well at Interlagos last season, at the end of last season, either in the broadcasted race. So I'm hoping tonight, Sandro Capella does the business. I'm not quite sure what the business will be, but I'm hoping Sandro does some of the business tonight and can stay on track in that radical. Now we've got Dennis Kiriakopoulos is in pole currently, McHutchinson in second, Walters in third, Brown in fourth, Hanoi is up into fifth. The other Brown is there in sixth place, Cascado in seventh, Tolman in eighth, Ruiz in ninth. And last season's championship winner is down in 10th place currently, Tyler.
I'm saving it for the race, personally.
You reckon?
That's about there. Yeah, I think so. I think he didn't qualify too well into Lagos as well, from what I remember, and then he had to crawl back, and then they had that incident where they all went off and a million crashes each. It was very interesting, so we'll have to see what happens. Let's race.
Sandro Capella is currently on green. You can see it there on the bottom of your screen. Green in sector 1 and 3. Yellow in sector 2 and 4. Let's see what happens as he goes across the line. What does he bring to the table? Does Sandro Capella, is he moved up from his position? No. Stayed where he is. Oh, has Damien G. Green in sector 1, 2 and 3. Yellow in 4. Has he made up? No, don't stop. You haven't got time. Damien G. Oh, he has not got time to do another lap. And unfortunately, him and Gary Truby, I believe, also went off right at the end. So let's have another look at that. Gary, I believe, was a little bit earlier on the throttle. And, just unfortunately goes round. So poor Gary Truby there suffering at the hands, and Damien G was trying to be nice and that across the line, but I think I probably would have gone for it. As we see Graham Brown now. Casquino is also on greens all the way through. He's currently jumped himself up into 10th place, so that's Francesco Casquino there. Is now in 7th place. He's gone up in the time and tower, so my bad, he's gone up to 7th. Graham Brown from Moving Matters stays in 6th. Now the privateer, Graham Brown, is in 4th. Whew. It's going to be, I feel there could be some issues this evening, Tyler, with this. There's too many names alike.
Yeah, we'll have to work out a way to get through it. I think Walters has put it on first with a 2:12.3 as well. I was looking at as well.
Yeah, so we've hit the low 212s, which is what we predicted earlier on. 212.35. Now, we did say about 12.5. Now we've gone down to 212.35. So that's a massive there going for David Waters, who was on pole. Now, he had a bit of an awful start during the sprint race in Friday, and I think he ended up going down to 8th. Then involved in an incident, and then unfortunately, it wasn't good for David Waters from pole. So I'm hoping David this time can keep the car on track. Now Stefan Sheen, he's another one that is green in sector 2 and 3. Let's see what he can do coming across sector 4. Here, is he going to hit another green sector? This is coming down through Blanchimont now. The long run down that back straight. He's going to hit the sector time just about now. They are specified by the little red dots on your track map on the right-hand side. So please be aware that that will be the sector times. He's going to go right and left. What is Stefan Sheen going to do? He's yellow, unfortunately, in sector 4. Can he improve on his time on a 2:13.33? Oh, Barney the flag bearer waving the checkered flag, and unfortunately Stefan Sheen stays in 12th place. So we have come to the end of qualifying, and I think you admit it's going to be absolutely amazing. 27 cars on track for tonight's Radical race, and we get to sit here for the whole hour and a half, Tyler, and run through it all.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race from what I can hear. Just a quick note before we go into the qualify. I don't think Damien G ever qualifies in the races he do, I believe. He tends to like start from the back of the grid and then going forward from what I've seen.
Okay, well, he kind of managed it last night up to 9th, and then unfortunately hit a bit of a stumbling block, and then ended up down in 14th. He did spin, unfortunately, for Damien G.
Maybe the reason for it.
Yeah, he did do an absolute epic race, and he did come up to 9th at one point, I believe he was. So there you go. So we're just waiting for the results to come through, and then we will bring you the grid of tonight's race. We will give it the best speed read we possibly can. So, yeah, we'll read it as quick as possible. We've still got Pat Seaborn still out on track currently at the moment. I believe he's now still gone round. He should have been finished by now. There goes Pat. So hopefully that will now bring us the results from qualifying and move on with the session. Don't forget, guys, there is no warm-up in the middle for these drivers. There is no pace lap. We are straight in to the race. Okay, we're going straight onto the grid. So I will read it as quickly as possible because these guys do like to get out on the grid, and they do like to get out pretty quick. So you'll just have to bear with me while we read it as best we can. Let's see if we can bring you the grid up, which we can't because we're waiting for the results to come through. So just bear with us, guys, as soon as they appear. And as soon as the session moves on, we will have the grid for you to bring up on screen ready so you can see where you are if you're watching a broadcast or where your favorite driver has come in the grid. Don't forget as well, guys, leave down in the comment section if your favorite driver did well or if he didn't do well or what happened. But here is the grid for tonight's race. David Waters is in first, Dennis Kiriakopoulos in second, John McHutchinson in third, Graham Brown in fourth, Eric Hanoi is in fifth, the other Graham Brown from Moving Matters is in sixth, Daniele Cascado seventh, Colin Wynn eighth, Alfonso Ruiz ninth, Marco Tolman 10th, Francesco Kiskino is in 11th, Stefan Sheen 12th, Nia Gluskic in 13th, Frederick Rizadek in 14th, Ivan Bramer 15th, David Lawson 16th, Paul Velasco 17th, Luis Aria in 18th, Martin Spook in 19th, Sandra Capella 20th, David Rolliston 21st, Stuart Brown 22nd, Pat Seaborn 23rd, David Benow in 24th, Gary Truby 25th place, Damien G alongside him there for two BSRs in 26th, David Tamira in 27th place. So there you go. That rounds out the grid. I did it as fast as I possibly can. So we should be now ready for the race. So there you go. We're just waiting for the last cars to come up on track. They've got about 58 seconds to appear. Dennis Kiriakopoulos, John McHutchinson, Stuart Brown, David Bonnell, and David Tamira. So let's see what happens there. What do we reckon, Tyler? Do we reckon everybody should make it round turn 1 safely?
I hope so, but I doubt it. It's radical at Spa. I don't think it's going to go like that, unfortunately. But I guess we'll watch and see.
Oh, well, the sprint race went fairly clean. I'm not going to lie. They didn't manage to get round fairly clean in the sprint. So let's see what we're expecting. That's, we've got 2 very quick drivers. Hopefully David Waters will get off the grid a little bit more, how can I put it, safely than what he did last time, because it was a very unfortunate start for him. So let's see, and hopefully he will get off the grid safely. So let's see. Here we go. Coming now into it. The lights are on the screen in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are go here in Spa from round 1 for the Radical Endurance League. David Wall's got another slow start. John McHutchinson looking at coming around the outside. Dennis Kiriakopoulos runs all the way around the outside. And it's him and McHutchinson now out in first and second respectively. David Waters is in third. Graham Brown fourth. Eric Hanoi is in 5th place. Further down the field, we've got Marco Tolman. He is sat in a battle with Colin Wynn, Alphonse Ruiz, Graham Brown, Stefan Sheen, and Francesco Cascino now. As you can see, these guys going down. Kemmel for the first time. Is this going to be free wide here? Dennis Kiriakopoulos, David Waters, John McHutchinson. This surely cannot work as they head into Lacombe. Oh, is there going to be space? Dennis is in the middle. Is he going to get bullied out? I think he just got bullied out by David Waters. But all the while, the very own John McHutchinson is out in front, leading currently at the moment. Tyler, fairly clean start. They didn't, they all seem to have got away unscathed. There was no major incidents.
Yeah, I saw one or two cars getting pushed onto the grass on the right side of the main straight, but besides that, I seem to be pretty clear from what I've seen. A car went off in top of Radion, but got back on track safely. There's been no major incidents so far.
Well, there you go, guys. We are all through turn 1, as we say, with a big smile on our faces. As you can see now from the JPB chopper, we are lying astern all the way through the race. There you go. There is the leader. They are John McHutchinson, David Waters, Dennis Kiriakopoulos. Oh no, Graham Brown. Can I catch him? He's going down the grid. He's going down the order. Where is Graham Brown gone? Let's see if we can catch what happened there. Nothing showed up, but he has just slid down the order. And I believe he slid out the race. Tyler, any news?
He's not DC from the race, from what I can see. It might have just been a lag. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. I can't pick him up. There he is.
I can't find him on track either.
No, we currently cannot find Graham Brown on track at the moment. So, Graham Brown. Oh, there's a spinner in the back. That's Pat Seaborn. I believe he's round. Pat Seaborn has gone round the other. Stuart Brown, new to the session this evening, coming down into the bus stop. I believe he had an incident as the replay goes off. Too much power out of the bus stop. No, he just goes into the pits. Well, that's a new way of doing the pit stops there for Stuart Brown, but unfortunately Pat Seaborn has gone round. Now McHutchinson and Walters. Oh, here goes Walters now looking at around the outside in Lacombe. Look at the traffic behind us. Is absolutely incredible. Cascado is involved in that. Graham Brown is in the mix as well. He's just got, unfortunately, overtaken by car number 55, which is Stefan Sheen. Stefan there keeping it on track, currently up into 9th place, doing a stellar job. Marco Tolman here in 5th as well. Lewis Area has had an incident. We will have a quick look back now as he comes into Lacombe. He goes right, goes left over the grass. Does he manage to stop it? Oh, that was one of the BSRs. That was one of the BSRs, and I want to catch that with Gary Truby. because I believe it was Gary. It was Gary. Watch this car on the right-hand side. Oh! Oh, well, I don't know about you, Tyler, but that would have been a brown pants moment for me.
Yeah, that would have terrified me. Worth noting, by the way, Graham Brown with a H, he DC'd either from his computer crashing or from his internet going. He's connected back to session now.
Right, so
should be coming out soon, from what I can see.
Graham Brown there is coming back on track. Formula Motoring Leagues. Proud of you all, guys. Parfitt love, much love to you. Thank you so much for that. As we can see now, John McHutchinson and David Walters, Dennis Kiriakopoulos and Eric Hanoi. This is the battle for first place. At this moment in time, we know McHutchinson as quick from other series, but Walters is also fast as well, Tyler. You know, we've got about 1 hour 25 minutes remaining, you know, so there's a long time still to go in this race. We've just cleared the first 5 minutes, which was always good. No major incidents. Graham Brown has jumped back in. He's back out again. There's a lot going on with Graham Brown that I won't try and bring you, but here are the top two. Walters has gone out early, down Kemmel. We had this last night with Ola Bratton and Dennis Kiriakopoulos. Bratton, it was in reverse. Bratton had pulled out early, but Walters now making his move around the outside. Is there going to be space left into Lacombe by McHutchinson? Walters didn't make that stick, and unfortunately for him, he's now under the cuss from Kiriakopoulos.
Yeah, that was quite a risky move there from Walters. He just wept it a bit too late on the turn in, from what I could see. He gives him no space to really go into.
Yeah, he had a lot of room. He come out early, but let's have a look at what Stuart Brown has been up to.
He's in the pits again, I believe.
Yeah, Stuart is in the pits again, and not quite sure what's happening here. He's had a bit of a dreadful time of it so far. He was late to the join-in. And he tried to come through, but he's unfortunately a little bit later on there. Now further back, you can see there Daniele Cascado. That is Colin Wynn and Alphonse Ruiz having an absolute monumental battle down in 6th place. Cascado is also involved in that as well. He's further back, but the two moving matters cars are there as well. Colin Wynn and Graham Brown blocking in the HRT of Ruiz, Cascado and Stefan Sheen. Where is Daniele Cascado's teammate? Nia Gluskic is down in 14th. Your championship winner from last season is currently down in 14th place. Sandwiched between Martin Spoek from Gen X and Frederick Rizdik there in behind him. So he's going to have to try and make waves while his teammate Daniele Cascado is up into 8th place. Now we'll give you a quick rundown of the order. We're just watching Alphonse Ruiz here trying to make moves over Colin Wynn coming into the source. It's not going to be this time, Alphonse. I think you're going to have to try and use Kemmel. Not sure there, Tyler, if Wynn is close enough to Tolman to make use of the draft.
I don't believe he is, from what I can see. Is a second behind, so it's going to be very hard to defend a position by the looks of it.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Ruiz there pulls out again early. We've seen this not work so far. We saw it during the sprint as well. It's better if he could have settled in right behind Wynn, as Wynn is currently pulling Cascado forward. They're going 2 by 2 into Lacombe. Oh, Ruiz gives a respectable amount of room. I'm not quite sure if that was too much room there, Tyler. He gave him a lot of room to make it through that.
I think he started getting loose turning in, because he had to correct and straighten the wheel for a second and then couldn't turn in properly.
Yeah,
it's worth noting that from what I can see, it seems to be coming up a Rouge. It's gaining a lot more speed, and then from there they have to just take the move fast, which means that they outside the line and then can't really get a position going into the corner.
Yeah, this is Gary Truby and Paul Valesco. I've just watched them over the last half of this lap, so that was a rundown into Rivage. These guys were swapping positions backwards and forwards constantly, and now it looks like Gary Truby has come out in 16th place. He's currently in that area of the track, gone round Pouin, going down into Fagnes. So that's Gary Truby there under attack from Paul Valesco, David Rolliston and David Lawson, who again has joined us for the Endurance League tonight. 27 cars on track. What is happening with Stuart Brown? Stuart Brown seems to be having an absolute nightmare coming down into the bus stop. And I believe we're just about to witness another one.
It wasn't the pits.
And it wasn't the pits this time. So what's all that about with Stuart? He seems to be really struggling. You know, we're on fixed setups. Everybody else seems to be doing okay. But Stuart just can't get the car moving.
He might just be struggling to settle into the car at the moment. It's worth noting that's collecting it.
Velasco and Truby. Rolliston was also, I believe, been involved in an incident just a little way back. Now, was this involved in the contact with Velasco? Velasco there on the inside. Truby leaves him room. And well, it was close, wasn't it? It was close. Oh, there's been Colin Wynn. What has happened to Colin going down into La Source? He had Alphonse Ruiz right behind him. Oh no, Colin Wynn all on his own. Spins that Radical and drops him to the back of the pack. That's unfortunate, but here is the Truby Velasco battle as they go down into Lacombe now. Velasco is through this time, and that will allow Truby to come back, but there is an interesting battle further up. Look at this. This is Spoick, Gluskic, and Rizanik here as they go round Rivage. This is the battle for 13th, 14th, and 15th. Casquino is just in front of us for this battle as well. So let's see what Niad Gluskic is going to do here, because he's going to have to try and close up onto the back of Spoick. Now, Tyler, like 1 hour 20, right? You know, what would you be thinking? You know, you're Niad, you're sitting in 14th place. We've been here before, you know, last race of the season. Didn't think he was going to win it, come out victorious. Where would you go? What would you do?
I'd be trying to play it safer now, I think. Try and settle in, try and get through this first stint safely, and then carry on from there. I believe that he's going to try and be probably in the pits. There is someone on the side there, Sheen, on the left side of the track.
Yeah,
going slowly.
Stefan Sheen obviously going off as well. We'll try and have a look back at that very shortly. You know, it looked like he hasn't got the car settled. It looked like going round Fanier then, as we were seeing on the roll bar with him, that he did get a little bit out of shape. Now, we are aware that we've got Rizanik literally 0.23 behind us. Would you be trying to push, like trying to run that fuel as low as you can get it? Because the guys in front are quick. You know, Spoick and Sheen's in the pits now after his spin, so I'm guessing he's taking a pit stop. But you know, Rizanik behind is no slouch. Spoick in front isn't a slouch either. He doesn't look comfortable in this car at the moment. He's got it slided into La Source and a few other places on track. What would you look at doing?
Yeah, I think you have to just settle in, honestly. Let him go if you need to, and then just settle in behind him, and then hopefully catch him when he starts getting into rhythm again. It's worth noting that Spoick is up 7 positions from the start of the race, so he's clearly going quite fast. He's clearly very seasoned in the car, so hopefully he'll stay with him, but I don't think he'll be able to at this point. He's way too far back from what I can see.
Yeah, Graham Brown has just
another incident in front.
Yeah, there's an incident in front as well. That was Alphonse Ruiz getting a spin on. Graham Brown put into chat in the Discord. Sim crashed. I won't repeat the first word, but his sim crashed. So Graham Brown is, I believe, in and out of the session consistently at the moment. As we take a look back at what was happening with Alphonse Ruiz and see how we got big smoke coming into Lacombe. You go Ruiz, and they're out in front, car number 666. Too much gas goes round. Big puff of smoke drops him all the way to the back of the pack there. Cascado goes from Brown, Bramer, Win, and now Ruiz again. All that hard work that Alphonse Ruiz did is now come to absolutely nothing. But let's jump back up board. Here we go. It's turned into a three-way battle as the leaders go round. Blanchimont now, Hutchins, McHutchinson, Walters, and Kiriakopoulos. I got a funny feeling that as we can see now, Walters trying to make the move around the outside. I'll get to that question in a minute, Tyler. We're just going into the bus stop. Oh, McHutchinson goes in deep. Walters makes his move. He goes round. Is Kiriakopoulos going to capitalise as well? He takes the off track now as they run down side by side into La Source. Oh, Kiriakopoulos just slots in behind. Movements under the back as well. Daniele Cascado looks like he's got Graham Brown all over the back of him as they run down into La Source now, pulling along Colin Wynn from the other Moving Matters team. Graham Brown slots up the inside of Cascado. This is going to be a 2x2 run. This is going to be a 2x2 run. On board with the chopper cam. Cascado's not sure to settle in, but Graham Brown gets the job done. That is Graham Brown up into 6th place at the moment. Cascado's not going to sit there though, Tyler, is he? I'm not expecting him to stay behind Brown for long.
Not even lifted there, and he's still back side by side at the moment. That's how much the lift is for the Rouge and Radion. Yeah,
as we see it now, Cascado gets the position back. Colin Wynn makes the move and stays in front of the HRT of Ivan Bramer. So them guys are flying along back up in front. McHutchinson past David Waters again, and this is how it happened. Coming down Camel Straight now, Waters leaves the door open on the inside, and I don't think McHutchinson needs much of a invitation to take that position. Gets it done there, Tyler, who's back in the lead. 1 hour, 15 minutes remaining.
Yeah, as the back of his car says, it's a long race, chill. So, this is that now.
There we go. Chill, it's a long race. So, yeah, Hutchinson there, well and truly in tact, well and truly right, because we are in a 90 minutes endurance. But Marco Tolman is only 0.6 seconds back from Eric Hanoi. These guys have been together in the sprints. They've been tucked up behind each other. They know each other well. Further back here, Ivan Bramer is in the mix with his teammate Alphonse Ruiz from HRT. Moving up behind the back of Colin Wynn, who unfortunately has been dropped a little bit by his teammate Graham Brown and Cascado in Maday. So they're going to see how they get on. Now the other car of Nia Gluskic is trying to get up to the back of Cascino. Managing to hold on from Spoick. I believe he must have got past Spoick at one point. Oh, no. Oh, no. Rolliston, Velasco, and David Lawson down in. Oh, where is he going? Oh, no. David Rolliston. Wow. Pick that one out. Tyler, where would you go?
I'd be interested to have a cockpit with that to see if he just didn't lock to his brakes or something there. It's just like a bit interesting crash that was.
Well, here we go. You asked, I will deliver. What do you reckon?
I think he just didn't miscalculate it there a bit. Just thought he could send it and make the corner, but then hit into the back of car. Definitely on him. Definitely his doing.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's a bit of a strange one. Your boy, Super Boston. We hope Hanoi wins. Hanoi is currently in 5th place at the moment. So Eric Hanoi in 5th in a battle for 4th with Marco Tolman. He has got Daniele Cascado about 3.5 seconds behind. So he's had a good steady start to the race there. I hope that brings you an update that you've joined in looking for. He has had a good steady start. Currently in 5th, but don't forget as well, if you missed the format, I don't know if you know much about the format, they do have to have 2 pit stops. Otherwise, they suffer a 90-second penalty if they don't take their second stop before the 10-minute countdown. That's right, Tyler, isn't it?
That is correct, yes.
Yes, so there we go. So Eric Hanoi is in 5th. He's got 2 pit stops to do. As well in that one. So let's go back forward with the leaders. This has been getting spicy. I think some of these guys are forgetting that we've got an hour and a half to go. You know, I think they're forgetting we've got an hour and 13 minutes. So
I don't think you could forget that with the wing of Hutchinson there, McHutchinson.
Well, you reckon McHutchinson just passing on the details here. Let's have a look back. Look at his wing on board with second place man. Let's see if we can see it any closer in the actual cockpit here rather than being on the roll bar. We can just about make it out. I think we're going to be making it out going up the hill. A lot of curb on the inside. Take the second curb. We're over the top of the hill now. There you go, on the back of McHutchinson's car. Chill. It's a long race. So there we go.
McHutchinson's doing some brilliant defending driving there. Defensive driving. He's parking it very well. He's also keeping the corner very well as well.
Yeah, but goes up at the inside and manages to hold on to the lead. However, Marco Tolman may not be so comfortable with your boy Super Borson going up now into 4th place. Further back from that, there's the Moving Matters cars of Colin Wynn and Graham Brown. They have just swapped positions. So Colin Wynn now has been on the radio to Mr. Brown, telling him to let him have a go at the Mudday of Daniele Cascado in front. That is right? Mudday. I'm sure that was how the pronunciation. Mudday. That was how the interpreter told me to pronounce it when I was reading it. So I'm sure that was what it was. So there you go. So Colin Wynn, they're now going to have a go at Daniele Cascado to try and make up that position in front now. Frederick Rizdik is behind Gluskic here as these guys are heading around Pouan up into Fagnes. So let's see how this materializes and see how these guys get on as well. Gluskic now in 13th, last season's championship winner. Not had the best start so far, Tyler.
No, he's suffering at the moment. Might have to settle in. He's doing better now. He's not sliding as much as he was, so he might be getting back into it. He's also catching the car ahead, which is always a good bonus. However, he is being caught quite fast by Ristic as well, so that's unfortunate. But he's keeping it on there. He's not spinning as much as he did in the last race at Interlagos, so that's good.
Well, yeah, that's always good for Nia Dag. He's keeping it on track, which is always a good start. They're coming up to the back of Casquino. Now with Spoke is in the mix as well. So these guys having an absolute epic scrap as we run through now your top 10. John McHutchison is in first. He's locked in a battle with David Walters and Dennis Kiriakopoulos. You can see there, absolutely flying. These guys out in front at the moment. Kiriakopoulos just making moves after toe. David Waters trying to squeeze McHutchinson. Let him know he's there. They're going round now into Lacombe. Oh, they were going side by side into Lacombe. These guys on this rundown now. Out of turn 7 and down into Rivage. What tyre do they use? It is the standard iRacing tyre. I don't believe there is a tyre compound for this one, Tyler, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe there is one compound for radicals. I'm not certain about that, but I think they're only using one from what I can see. There was nothing in the information about it, so I believe it's one compound.
Yeah, just one.
But they
compound.
can change them as they want.
Let's have a look. See if we can find out if they are just on the single compound of tyre. Yeah, there's nothing really showing up for us. There's another compound, so I believe it is just the one at that standard radical through in the iRacing. Now this is the battle with Cascado, Wynn and Brown. The battle for 6th place. You see it there on your left-hand side. Gives you all the information you need of what we are watching and who is involved. Now this is the interesting one here. John McHutchison.
Always confirm one tyre.
You can. It's the one tyre, only one tyre. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much for that. I believe it was anyway. I've never seen it have the selection of using a soft or medium. Now we see.
Only F1
yeah, I think that's only F1, isn't it? Maybe F4.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm not racing F4.
I'm not racing F4. Oh no! Oh no! The 2 became the 3 became a 2, and as this Kiriakopoulos making his moves in the pits. He's gone into the pits.
It's worth noting that last lap, Paul Valesco, I can't pronounce it wrong. Valesco, yeah, he's pit last lap as well, so it's might be pit time now.
Yeah, so we've got Paul Valesco in the pit. Stephen Sheen has pitted. Stuart Brown, Graham Brown, as we know, is constantly in and out at the moment. He's also pitted as well, but Dennis Kiriakopoulos is plunging down the order, absolutely faster than a rock in water. And is now down in 17th place. This is Hutch and McHutchison and Waters. And further back here is Hanoi and Tolman. Hanoi swapping again. Hanoi takes into 3rd place. Further back from that, you can see here. Colin Wynn and Cascado. Wynn on the left-hand side as they run into Lacombe. That is Wynn's position. That is Rue. Oh, no! Oh, no! Colin Wynn. Daniele Cascado, they come together. Oh,
Vent steering for Cascado as well. He's getting flashbacks into Lagos now.
Oh no, Daniele Cascado. Let's take a look We'll have a look with the chopper and when this all started. Here we go. Win goes offline. Oh, Win, Ruiz, and Cascado was all involved in that one. Colin Wynn just ran in too deep into Lacombe. And that unfortunately was pulled in. Cascado involved in that one. So Win has jumped straight to the pits now. Don't forget, they do have free fast repairs. So I guess that would be an option for him if he wanted to. We are nearly 25 minutes in.
Yeah, I believe it's the pits with Colin Wynn, so I think he's also taken that fast repair as it is. I believe, from what I've read at the start, we start with about half fuel. So I think that's why there's pits now, as opposed to the full 40-minute stint. Oh, Stuart Brown there on the inside.
Yeah, Stuart Brown again, unfortunately having a bit of a nightmare race with his sim disconnecting and is constantly in and out, backwards and forwards. He's trying his hardest. He's now out of the way, 1 lap down currently on track. So there you go. But this is the battle for the front two. This is Graham Brown. Okay, he's got Ivan Bramer behind him and a very sick-looking Alphonse Ruiz there. Not looking too tidy in the other HRT. So we'll see how that materializes now as we see Graham Brown leading the pack. He's in 5th. This is Ivan Bramer in 4th. Rizanik is also involved in a battle with Lawson. He goes in too deep into turn 1. But have you noticed, though, Tyler, there's a little secret gainer through all of this. Look at Mr. Gary Truby.
Yeah, Gary was time before the pit stop even started, so he's definitely getting up there and making moves and doing it quite stealthily as well, because I haven't noticed him that much.
Yeah, he was doing it so silently as Mr. Gary Truby, as we see Colin Wynn jump in chat for FFS. So unfortunately that didn't go well there. Unfortunately, Mr. Wynn, we did just show it. You did exactly what Mr. Truby did. Just unfortunately there were cars involved with you at the same time. So there you go.
There's a car on the side there as well.
Yeah.
Stuart Brown again.
Stuart Brown again, I believe, he's just having he's having a mare. Stuart Brown is having an absolute mare of a race here in Interlagos. Where has David Walters gone? Where did David Walters go? He's dropped back nearly 5 seconds. We're having a look through.
Can't see him, I think about it. He passed him and then lost it again by the looks of it. But
yeah, let's have a look at the pass. And maybe this will give us a better idea of what actually happened with David Walters. They were side by side, him and McHutchinson. Oh, well, there you go. That's going to be a slowdown. And unfortunately for David Walters, that's now dropped him back 5 seconds from John McHutchinson. He's going to have to try and take that speed off. So that was what was happened to David Walters. There you go. He's just slowing down now to take that speed.
McHutchinson must have had a lot of practice in taking that inside line there, because he's done it every single time, and he's done it perfectly every single time from what I've saw.
Yeah, well,
and,
you know, I think he's one of these drivers that is just a constant flyer. You know, he's new to the season this year and is doing an absolute stellar job. Gluskick and Spoek, there's a lot of pit action. Koskino has gone in as well this time around. So there's a few that have taken their pit stops early, like Dennis Kiriakopoulos, and there's a few that haven't. So we're going to see how that materializes. Still currently got 27 cars, I believe, on track. David Tamira and David Burnell, no. So we're down 2 already, I believe. So there you go. We'll see what happens with that one. We're down 2, so we're down to 25. And here is Kluskick making a move.
As well.
Sorry, sir?
I think Stewart's also called it there as well, from looks of it. He's still in the pits.
Yeah, Stuart.
After his incident at the turn 7.
Yeah, Stuart Brown has been in there for a while at the moment as well. Unfortunately for them, it's not going to be a good evening. You can see our very own Colin Wynn is in YouTube chat. He's also in the pits. Called it a day, young sir. There. So, unfortunately, that's a bit of a
He's just left, so yes, I believe so.
Yeah, unfortunately there. Colin Wynn, a victim there, unfortunately, in the race. Eric Hanoi, however, is still having this locked-up battle with Marco Tolman. As these guys coming round Stavelo down onto Blanchimont now on this run down the long back straight. These guys have kind of been locked together all the way through this so far, haven't we? We're on lap 13. We're only half an hour in. You know, we're looking at about another 26 laps of this long race as we see Tolman trying to send it up the inside of Hanoi. You know, this is the battle for third and fourth. You see David Walters has gone into the pits. So it will be the battle for second and third. So there we go. Where are you going on this, the pit stops, Tyler? You know, what would be your perception of it? You've got to take 2, mandatory. So what would you do? Because a lot of people have gone in round about lap 10, lap 10 or 12.
Try and take him as late as possible from right now. From what I can see of here, Dennis has caught some traffic on his way out as well, which might put him a bit further behind McCutcheon and Walters when they come out. So that's fortunate. As well as that, I believe Rolliston came out side by side with Lesko this lap as well.
Yep.
So it's quite a... I'd want to pit as late as possible and try and get the clean air when you get out, or catch the person you're already fighting with and then stay with them. Yeah,
so we've had David Lawson. I believe this could actually be just David going into the pits, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he actually have an incident? No, he actually didn't have an incident. Yeah, too much to the curb. Okay, so what happened to Gary Truby? He's another one coming down into the bus stop.
He did pit, I believe.
We think this is just Gary Truby going into the pits. Unfortunately, it does show. Yep, that's Gary Truby into the pits. So there you go. We'll show you who has pitted, who hasn't pitted. So there you go. Dennis Kiriakopoulos is the only one in the top 11. Him and David Walters are the only 2 people in the top 15.
Walters is 12 seconds behind Kopoulos. There.
Oh, Dennis. Just call him Dennis.
Dennis, yeah, fantastic.
It took me
Apologies, Dennis.
It took me a long time on Friday to get it right. You know, in the end.
I need like a 20-minute tutorial with him sat next to me to tell me how to do it properly, I think.
Yeah, just sit there and go, Kiriakopoulos. So there you go for Dennis. There it does have one of them names that we do try and pronounce as best we can, and see Marco Tolman and Eric Hanoi. Oh, Tolman's gone round, but he has got time to recover that radical, and it's kind of role reverse from the sprint race where it was Eric Hanoi who went off behind Marco Tolman. Marco Tolman has now gone off, and he's got the moving matters of Graham Brown looming with Ivan Bramer and Alphonse Ruiz there. So we'll have to see how that materializes now. But as you can see, that is the pit stops on the left-hand side. And we will try and keep you up to date
just pitted as well.
With there as well. As you see, Lawson has gone in to the pit stops, into the pits. What am I talking about? Just like, get your words out, son. So there you go. Kiriakopoulos pitted on lap 10. Walters on lap 13. Nobody above that after that. So yeah, we'll have to see.
G has pitted as well, I believe.
Yeah, Damien G just gone in to the pits. So this could be an interesting one here. See how this materializes. Now, one of the things I want to just check. Now, I read in the rules and regulations for this, if I'm not mistaken, or am I mistaken, 3 fast repairs. Was that correct? That's what I read.
I believe it is 3 fast repairs. Yes, it's 1 for the sprint and 3 for the regular for the endurance race. I believe is the.
Okay, so that begs.
If I'm wrong, please correct me, Paul.
Yeah, so that begs begs the question, Mr. Wynn, if we're not mistaken. Did you not want to take a fast repair and carry on? Just putting it out there. Maybe.
I believe Graham Brown has done that, and he's still on track. About 23rd, about 2 minutes 40 behind the leader.
Yeah, he's a lap down. Still going there in 23rd position. Graham Brown. So there you go. Stuart Brown is still on track as well. He's had some in and out. Well, he's had a bit of a torrid time, hasn't he? Got to be honest. Poor Graham Brown had a bit of a horrendous one since his sim crashed. Stuart Brown, sorry. Didn't go well there for him, so let's see how we get on now. There's obviously been a lot of movers and shakers. We'll wait for the pits to come out and wait for everybody there to go through in their pits currently. There's still a few. Eric Hannoy's just gone in. He is heading into the pits. Graham Brown as well is another one that's just gone into the pits. So that's put McHutchison still out in front now by a good 17 seconds. And what are we looking at for this pit lane and pit stop time, Tyler?
From what I've been seeing, it's about a minute, actually, from what I can see. About 30 seconds, I should say, rather.
What, is that for the whole thing?
Pit stop is 30 seconds. The actual pit lane is about a minute, from what I can see. Might be incorrect there.
Yeah, no,
just looking at a couple of
minutes to settle down. There's been a lot of people gone in. Hanoi, Brown, Ruiz, Rieslik, Spoek, Capella. These have all gone in together. So we'll keep an eye where Hanoi comes out. He's going to come out. Is he going to come out in front of Walters? He did. Eric Hanoi has jumped David Walters. Didn't get past, unfortunately, Dennis Kiriakopoulos. Dennis is down the road by about 6 seconds, but he's made one step in the right direction at the first pit stop.
Yeah, I wonder what happened with Walters there, because he's lost a lot of time from what I can see. As well as that, he also lost time to Dennis as well in the pit lane. He's about 20 seconds behind Dennis from what I can see, and he was side by side going until he made a mistake going into Lacombe.
Yeah, we've got him. I think he's registering at about 17 seconds. But this is the top 5 here. So we've got Gluskick, Bramer, Tolman, and McHutchinson have all not pitted at the moment. Now, McHutchinson's gap back to Dennis in third is only 37 seconds. Average pit lane time is between 49 to 59. I would look at trying to give you a bit more of an accurate time on that, but unfortunately that is the scale. As we can see McHutchison going into the pits now.
I admit now.
Yeah, let's see how Dennis gets on. Dennis is coming round now through the backside of Blanchimont. So we'll keep an eye on the time. McHutchison still in the pits. Is he going to short fuel to get back out in front of Dennis? Or is he going to try and go as long as he can? Bramer's in, Tolman's in. Is Gluskick going in as well? He is, but this is the man that we want to keep an eye on. Kiriakopoulos went in very early, pitted a lot earlier than most. He pitted on lap 10. He's coming down. McHutchison's still stationary, so this is Kiriakopoulos going to take the lead in the race.
Possibly short fueled it, try and
McHutchison's still there. Where is Eric Hanoi? Is this the opportunity for Hanoi to take second round this first lot of pit stops? Hanoi is, and McHutchison's still there. He's behind Graham Brown. He was in the pits for an absolute age. 1 minute 11 for his whole pit lane time. And is currently now he's under pressure from Graham Brown for 4th and 5th place. And this man, Dennis Kiriakopoulos, it must have been his birthday then, Tyler.
Yeah, suddenly Walter's pit stop does not look so bad either.
I know.
He's catching up to Eric as well, from what I can see. He's on back of him now.
So, it didn't go too well, did it, for McHutchinson then? Because clearly 1 minute 11, he's either going to go all the way through, but he's got to take that second stop. So I don't know, did he overfuel, you think?
Probably took tyres to try and stay faster on the track, but I can't be sure about that.
Well, we're going to see now.
Unfortunately, there's not many ways of seeing it in the pit lane.
Yeah, he's under pressure there. All depends on fuel. Hutch has taken on a lot. Yes, his pit stop time itself. Okay, so this is only the pit stop time for all the way through was 1 minute 11 seconds. So 1 minute 11 seconds.
I believe Damien has had an off track from what I can see as well. 8 seconds off track.
Yep, so there is the actual pit stop time. You can see there with McHutchinson, 45 seconds, one of the slowest stops. The slowest stops We didn't, unfortunately, Paul, keep an eye on that all the way through, so we didn't see if his car went up. We were trying to keep an eye on Dennis there to see if Dennis was going to take the lead, and he clearly did. Now, did you say Damien G had a little bit of an off?
Yes, from what I can see, he had a bit of an off, and so did Paul as well.
Pat Seaburn has been another one that was involved here. Pat Seaburn now coming in to the bus stop. Oh, he's just gone into the pit, so he didn't actually crash at all.
That's his second pit stop, but I'm not sure why that happened. He might have accidentally done the wrong fuel. Ruiz just went off.
Oh, no. Alphonse Ruiz going down into turn 1. He had Daniele Cascado behind him. Oh! I tell you where that would look good from. Let's have a look here. From Daniele Cascado. Because where is Ruiz? Where actually is Ruiz? Let's have another look at that one. I'm sure they weren't this far back, were they? This is Ruiz here. He
was quite far back, yes.
Ah, he's gone all the way round. So this is the end of Ruiz's recovery. Oh, okay. Didn't look as close as I thought it was going to do. So there you go. David Lawson has been off as well. Is this going to be into the pits? I know SDK does this wonderful thing. Or has he literally actually been off going down into turn 1? Our very own Sandra Cabela, Gary Truby. Truby there. Oh, that was slow. Let's have a look with Capella, see what happened to him as he's coming down into turn 1. Into the bus stop, sorry. Is this going to be him just diving into the pits? It is. So there you go. Eric Hanoi now with David Waters tucked up right behind him. Currently 16 seconds back from your leader, Dennis Kiriakopoulos. There, as we see Waters pull out on the left-hand side. Hanoi in the black and white. Waters in the white. Waters gets the job done from Hanoi there. That is Waters now up into second place. Further back, we got Stefan Sheen and Francesco Cascino. These guys are having a battle on track. This is the battle for 8th and 9th here on track with Aurelio Gluskic behind them as Cascino goes in deep. Is he going to defend the line from Sheen? Going down the start-finish straight we go now. Gluskic behind them. He's going down into Lessos. Oh, Cascino sent it. Oh, Tyler, that was a big old send.
Yeah, that was quite a late send. A bit nasty there from a bit unfortunate as well for Cascino.
Yeah, he literally Cascino in the brown. Oh, there was contact there as well. Oh, no love lost now. Oh, Gluskic's on the grass. I can tell you what, he's not going to be happy about that. Sheen is involved in this one as well. These guys are having literally a bar throwing the kitchen sink. They are having an epic battle further back. Here is Cascado on Ruiz. Ruiz's car looks a little bit cleaner this time around. Doesn't look so damaged as it does last time. But here we go, back on board with the Sheen, Cascino and Gluskic battle. These guys are having this absolutely epic battle here. Cascino.
I do have voice chat on, and I don't believe Nihad did like that move from what I can hear as well.
No,
there was some word exchange from Nihad when it happened.
Yeah, I can imagine that Nihad was not overly happy about the fact that Cascino put him on the grass. I'm not going to lie. Or the further on from there. But obviously, we won't repeat what was said. Oh, here we go. Cascino trying to go around too wide round Fanier with Sheen. Oh, Niad's going to try and follow him through now. Cascino now trying to, is he going to keep, he's kept back. That looked like a let through. I don't know about you, Tyler.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to get involved in any more incidents then from what I could see.
Yeah, it looked like...
While I've got it though, Colin, if you're still in chat, how long can tyres last for, do you reckon, on the Spa? Is it 1 stint? Is it 2 stints? So expecting to get a tyre stop? I was wondering if you got a rough idea how long they last for.
See, now you should have asked me personally. You know, I'm the radical driver. You know, I've driven these wonderful, delightful, slidey cars. Normally,
Colin could jump in here.
Colin could jump in. Yes, if Colin... All right, I'll let Colin do it. If Colin is in chat, Colin, let us know what you would expect the tyres to last. Now, generally, from my points of view, it would be nothing more than an hour before they need changing. You tell me if I'm wrong. Just saying. Tyler, just saying.
Made the producer angry.
But Hanoi now is got back in front of Waters. That's going to be a pass down Kemmel Straight. We can have a look back and see how that one is done here. Hanoi coming up over the hill, going round at Kemmel. Pulls out a little bit earlier. There you go. Slots back in. Job done for Eric Hanoi. Colin has said here, Tyler, now, he said, well, because the fuel intake is so great, the tyres are a free stop during the pit stop. So would you take them every stop then? Or would you look at maybe taking them the first stop but not the second stop? Which is what we think Muck Hutchinson's done, don't we? Because his stop was a long time and he's still catching back up to Eric Hanoi.
If it's a free stop, I don't see why you wouldn't do it, to be honest with you. If this is free, I don't see why you wouldn't do it. I'm not sure that gives more questions what happened with John then, but it's more of a query. If Colin's free, you could jump into the voice chat and get us an interview in. That's okay with Colin?
Yeah.
He's not racing anymore.
Come and join us in the booth, Colin. We will pull you in if you want to come and have a chat. And let us know the pit philosophy. And then you can come and inform our wonderful viewers here who are sitting at home on the YouTube channel having a same thing and debate about it all. Why not? Let's have a look. Oh, no, Capella and Brown. Oh, no, Capella and Brown going into the bus stop. Oh, Brown taking the inside look. Well, I'm not quite sure what was happening with Capella there, but unfortunately they've both been off. Where is Brown? There he is. And they both get going again to resume their battle. So there you go, Capella and Brown there having a mixture. Colin, give me 5. Okay, come on. Come and have a chat with us in the booth, Colin, while this is happening now. Daniele Cascado here in the mix with Cascino. The two Italians on track. Oh, Cascado gets pushed out. Bramer, Ruiz.
Eric as well.
Sorry?
I can see. Walters just got past Hanoi as well.
Them guys swapping backwards and forwards, Eric Hanoi and Walters. But here it is, the run from Ruiz on Cascado. Cascino seems to have got sort of dropped back a little bit now, Tyler, hasn't he? He wasn't involved in the glue kick. It's just gone past. There you go. You can see him now. He may have
damage from what I can see on the back side of the car.
Yeah, it doesn't look too... Yeah, maybe he has. Let's try and have a look. Oh, yeah, the left side there is a little bit pushed upwards. So maybe he is suffering with a little bit of damage. Is Cascino, and that'd be why he's just unfortunately dropping down the order. But here is Gluskick, Sheen, Cascado, Ruiz, all involved in this battle. Less than practically a second between the guys now. Gluskick hard defending from the flying Norwegian of Stefan Sheen. Coming down now into Fanier. They go right-hander, then they're going to go left. Very easy to get this car out of shape. Have done it myself, Tyler. Been round a few times there currently.
I've never done a radical in this track, but I have done the P2. I've done that quite a lot on the P2, so if that counts for any explanations.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, it's one of them circuits that we've all gone round. Capella has been involved in another incident. There is, I believe, is that Bramer in front of us with a wing that's not necessarily going in the right direction there. Not quite sure where he's been involved in, but here it is Sheen going up the inside of Niad. Bramer goes into the pits to the bottom of your screen. And Gluskick and Sheen swap positions again. Now, there was a lot of incidents, but I'm going to have a guess that some of these are pits. This is Sandro Capella going down into the bus stop. Is this going to be Sandro's... Oh, no, he did.
Come in a row?
Yeah, he did go round on his own. Unfortunately, did Graham Brown do the same thing then from Moving Matters? Because it looks like he's flagged up. Graham Brown there. Just, oh, yes, he's gone round. Ivan Bramer. This would explain the rear wing on Ivan Bramer.
This is the pits. He had a 5-second off track before that, I believe, about 10 seconds before that.
Right, let's bring our very own Colin Wynn into the booth this evening. Colin, how are you, sir?
Can I swear?
No, you cannot swear, please.
No, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
You're right? Talk us through it. You know, we saw you winning deep into Lacombe.
Just a racing incident, bro. Do you know what? I haven't watched it back, but yeah, it was a 2.5 minute tow back to the pits, and then fast repair wasn't turned on. So by the time I got there, it started counting down an 8-minute bloody repair.
Oh no! So that was it from yourself this evening, then.
So threw my toys at the pram.
Sure.
And I shall have words with Danielle afterwards. No, I'm only joking.
No, it looked like a close battle, though. You guys were locked in a battle, good. Wasn't it? You know.
Yeah, definitely.
If anybody was going to go off, it was going to cause some form of incident with the other cars behind you. It's just the nature of racing when you're racing as close as what you guys were.
And it's always going to be at that corner because you're going to come up that long straight, and I'm going to take him one lap. He's going to take me the next. So I should have let him go. And just sat behind him for a while. But he was all over the place in some of the corners. He was very, his rear end of the car was very slippy.
Yeah, well,
made me very nervous, put it that way.
Yeah, I can imagine that generally would. But at the moment, we've got the, obviously, Sheen battle. Now, we've got your teammate, Graham Brown, sitting in 6th place. He's
doing well.
Yeah, he's currently locked up coming up into the battle with Marco Tolman for 5th. You know, did you have team orders in the middle of that? Because we saw you guys swap positions, and I said that you were on the radio.
No, not at all. No, we're not on any radio whatsoever.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have told him I need to qualify ahead of him, not him ahead of me. But no team radio whatsoever. He's doing this completely on his own. He's doing a tremendous job.
Oh, see, there you go. I had it down that you were, because I believe you guys were locked in a battle with Cascado. And Graham had a couple of laps of having a go at him. So I thought you might have been on the radio and been like, right, Graham, shimmy over. Let me have a go, son. Because obviously we're not making progress forward here.
If I'd have had radio with him, I would have said that. But unfortunately, we don't have radio. But it's a good idea for the next one.
Yeah, maybe, bring in the team orders and see how you get on. But, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to see you in a couple of weeks' time, I believe, aren't we? At Watkins Glen.
Definitely.
Different entity to Spa, though, is Watkins, isn't it?
Yeah. I like Watkins Glen, actually, especially in the Radical. Cracking track.
Yeah, it should be an absolute flying race, I'm sure, as we're coming near, just nearly breaking the last 35 minutes. So time has been flying past here. But Colin, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll let you get back to watching the action.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yes.
So there you go.
Could we go back?
Go on.
Could we go back to the Bremer crash now and see what happened there? Because he had the wing that you see in GTE cars when you were behind them in LMP2s.
I'm going to need to try and find it. You might need to talk a minute while I do a little bit of investigatory work, because there's been a few that have gone through. So,
So while that's happened, Walters has stayed 2nd place in front of Hanoi. As well as Ruiz and Spurk are currently side by side as well in that terms. It'll be a bit before that, I believe. About 20 seconds before that, it was going around Lafania, I believe.
Is this the one? Oh, there we go. So, Bremer now going round Fanier.
My camera's not working, but I assume yours is.
Yeah, he's tagged the outside curb, stuck it into the gravel, and unfortunately put it into the barrier. So
yes, I can see it in the stream.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate what happened to Ivan Bremer there. That was it. Now, Capella is in the pits again. Currently down in 22nd place. He's having a bit of a rough one, if Sandro. Doesn't do well under broadcast conditions. His words, not mine. As we can see, Alphonse Roux is tucking up behind Casquino, trying to make that move. Further ahead, though, here is Sheen again, and Glueskick again, swapping places backwards and forwards. Look at these guys having an absolutely epic scrap. However, one man who's not sitting comfortably is David Walters there. He's still got Eric Hanoi within the within close contact, just dropping out to a second. He kind of wants to stay and try and give the toe as much as he can. If he can stay within it, he should stay with him. So that's the current standings. We've got Kyriakopoulos is in first, David Walters in second, Eric Hanoi just behind him in third. Now the recovering John McHutchinson in fourth. Some debate about that pit stop there, Tyler. What do we reckon? Do we reckon he took tyres?
I don't believe so. If he took tyres, it would have been a same roughly time stop. He could have had optionals and not had fast repair on. That might have explained it, but I'm not entirely sure. It's a bit of an interesting situation.
Well, we'll see if he comes within the top three. We will interview the top three anyway, guys, so we'll have a chat with him. If he can get within the top three, John McHutchison there. Look at this battle here. It was the Sheen. Where did they go? Sheen and Gluskit. There you go. They're still locked in this battle. Coming round into the bus. So I had noticed it got close, and then all of a sudden they seem to have disappeared when I clicked on the names. But there you go. We are back up and running. This is the battle for 7th place, currently occupied by Stefan Sheen. And behind that, Casquino and Ruiz still having their battle. And they've all got about 35 minutes remaining as we see poor old Graham Brown. Not Graham Brown, Stuart Brown, wasn't it this time? Just unfortunately moving over. So there you go. So Stuart's still out on track, doing an admirable job. He's down in 23rd place. So currently out is David Tamira, David Burnell, Colin Wynn and Paul Velasco. We'll have to try and see if there was anything from Paul about what put him out of the race. I'm having a look back through now. I can't see anything, Tyler, but maybe that would be you to go off and do some little investigatory work.
Who's talking about? Sorry, what was the name?
Paul Velasco.
Paul Velasco. I believe he had an incident at the start and pitted first. He might have had a crash, from what I could see. He has pit since then twice more. I think he's bringing up the pit counter.
Right.
See if we can see that.
Okay, so this is Ruiz. Ruiz going off. He's coming down into Rivage. He's been involved in an incident. Oh.
That poor back end of Cascada is not looking very good, is it?
Yeah,
Casquino, rather.
Poor Casquino is really, everybody taking nice, great effects to his back end of his car. And unfortunately for Francesco Casquino, his back end is not looking the greatest at the moment. Yeah, as you can see him there, look, both sides bent up now. So it was initially the left, he's now got the right.
Sad face.
Yeah, sad face. He's got the frown either side of the radical.
I assume he has a sad face as well in the car currently as well.
Well, I'm not surprised, to be fair. I wouldn't be sitting too happy.
There's a second pit stop from what we see as well.
Yeah,
From
so
Dennis.
Dennis is in for his second one now. That was the done and dusted for Kyriakopoulos. So that is a release. Walters out in front at the moment. Kyriakopoulos is down into 6th. I'm expecting him to drop down at least 3 more. There you go. And Ruiz has dived in.
Is the car raised? Oh, he's out now.
He's out now, yeah. There's Dennis now. He's coming out in front of this battle with Sheen and Gluskick. So this should be an interesting one.
That can't have been tyres then, can it?
No, it was a very quick one. Literally less than a minute. Stopped basically.
31 second stop.
31 second stop, yes. So
58 total.
Yep. There you go. So now he's come out with the flying Norwegian. It is Stefan Sheen, currently sitting in 7th place, going into Lacombe. But don't forget, Sheen has only made 1 stop. So he's got to make a second one as we nearly break into the last half an hour there, Tyler.
Yeah, as you can see here, Dennis has gone through the thing I said about pitting as late as possible. Because, yeah, you don't have traffic when you come out. Which, luckily, Sheen didn't try and go for the pass and slow him down at all. So he's still in front currently. But that fear is always there when you come out of the pits and there's 2 cars behind you. If they get past you, you're in a bad spot there.
Yeah,
Colin has just said that it's 24 seconds for 30 litres and tyres.
Ooh, okay. So maybe Dennis took tyres then if we're on a 31 second stop.
would have been more fuel as well. I think they started on, I think it was 40 litres started on.
But he went in at lap 10, didn't he? He went in very early. But then again,
yes,
he's done it again on lap 25. So let's have a look at this David Lawson. I'm going to check if this is David having an incident. Yeah, this is going to be into Lacombe. Going run out of 7. Oh, look at that back end. Just gave way. And poor David Lawson in the Ghostbusters Green Radical. Unfortunately, goes around there and has dropped currently.
Turn 7.
Yeah.
Turn 7, turn 1, and bus stop appears to be the ones catching cars out, or catching radicals out, I should say.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is they're just slippery corners, aren't they? Casquino there has gone into the pit, so he's entered in for his second one. So we'll show you all the pit stops and how many have done what. On the left-hand side, you can see it there. Kyriakopoulos is in the top 6. He has done 2. Well held, David. Yes, he did hold it rather well. It could have been a lot worse round turn 7. But here is Sheen up now.
Would we see how many stops Lesko had after this, please, as well?
Yes, we'll need to lengthen the time.
If you go to him on the timing tower, it should show, I believe.
But I believe he's out.
2 stops, there we are.
Is that 2? But he's out currently on track. So there you go. Velasco is out. So there you go. Casquino's in, Risdik's in, Lawson's in, Truby's in. They're all in for their second stop. This man is out in front. David Waters with the ever-present Eric Hanoi behind him there. The Norwegian's not letting him go. So that's always a good sign. My strategy was 2 times 32 litres plus tyres. Both times. I'm going to presume that was. So there you go. Super Boston, your man is in second place. Not quite sure why everything else has just gone off my screen, which is a little bit weird. As long as you can all still see the action, I am happy. But everything else has just disappeared for some reason off my computer screen. So bear with me.
Still on from what I can see.
Good.
David has gone to the pits.
I'm glad.
Also.
I'm glad about that, but trust me, at the time I wasn't, because everything had disappeared. So there you go. Who was David Waters is in the pits. That means this man, Eric Hanoi, has taken the lead of the race. So there you go. Eric Hanoi out in front currently, but has only made 1 stop. As you can see there on the information on the left-hand side of the timing tower. It gives you the stop count. We know 2 stops is mandatory, and they've got to be taken before the last 10 minutes. So these guys have got about, if I'm not mistaken, Tyler, about 19 minutes remaining.
Yes, that's 29 minutes, isn't it?
Well, they've got to take it before the last 10 minutes, though, haven't they?
Yes, they have. That is true.
So we're on about 19 minutes.
Yes. I'm not certain if it's a religious, it has to be before 10 minutes, or it has to be before the 10-minute lap. We'll have to get clarification on that for next week from...
Yeah, let's have a look and see if we can find it. I'll have a quick sift through. I did read the rules and regulations earlier on.
He did say 10 minutes, but he doesn't clarify if it's exactly 10 minutes or it's a 10-minute lap, or how it gauges the 10-minute timer.
See, now you're just open into interpretation of the rules here and leading into this complete black, grey, white circle that none of us can really understand. A driver will get a 90-second penalty after the race if he didn't do his second...
So it has to be before it, okay.
Yeah, if he didn't do his second pit stop at least 10 minutes before the end. Has to be before 80 minutes, yeah. So that's how the rules... we could interpret it when we start going into the black and whites, couldn't we, And it would just get way too complicated. But it's got to be done before 10 minutes. Kyriakopoulos has been overtaken by Stefan Sheen, and we can show you how that happened right now. And it's on the normal place down Kemmel Straight there, Tyler.
Yeah, it's the most freak position. He didn't defend the inside line, so he lost position. That's kind of how it goes, unfortunately, at the moment. Yeah. It's worth noting, by the way, that the only car eligible for the extra off-track points appears to be a Nihad currently, who's at 5 off tracks. The rest of them all have more than 9. So.
Oh, there you go. Gluskic doing his thing. Graham Brown has had an incident. It says Hanoi's had an incident, but I'm guessing Hanoi has gone into the pits, which then releases this man, Hutchinson, back into first place. But again, he's only had one stop. So, yeah, he either looks at goes for it, because here is Kyriakopoulos, who's going to be taking, I believe, the positions away from Graham Brown and Eric Hanoi. Kyriakopoulos has done 2. Everybody now, apart from Hutchinson and Tolman, Sheen's in the pits now. Spowick's got to be looking at taking another one, and so is Area and Rolliston. So they're the
Graham
only
Brown
guys.
ahead of Kyriakopoulos there.
I
think.
Yeah, Graham Brown is in the pits, still currently in.
I believe it's Graham Brown with a H, 21st, is the one ahead of Dennis on track right now.
Yes, Graham Brown in 21st with the H. And that isn't us being pedantic, guys. We've got Graham Brown here in 21st place, and we've got Graham Brown in Moving Matters in 8th. So we are trying to distinguish them. We could distinguish them between the Scot and the Englishman, but, you know, let's not give them a classification. You know, there are, you know, at the end of the day. So, but here we are with David Walters. He's currently in 4th place. We got Kyriakopoulos about 3 minutes up the road. So that's going to be an interesting one here to see how this materializes from these guys. You can see some of the sectors on the bottom of the screen. Kyriakopoulos and Walters. Walters, it seems to be a lot dropping back over lap 1 over the last 2 laps, mind you. So let's see how that materializes out and go from there. Now sector times again, Kyriakopoulos and Walters. Walters is a little bit quicker there, Tyler.
Yeah, I think he had a better exit from the pits from what I can see. Catching him. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got as fast as sector 2 and a faster sector 3. So he is pulling him in, but he has got a lot of work to do because he has got about 3 seconds. 3.3 seconds, I believe, to do there. But Cascado and...
Walters is setting fastest 3rd sector from what I can see as well.
Yeah, so Cascado and Gluskick there. The guys from Maday down in 13th and 14th, not having it all their own way this season. So Cascado and Gluskick will have to go away, have a little bit of a team meeting and discuss about what they're going to do, because clearly it's not quite working out for the guys down in Maday. Now Lewis Area has shown up. He's had an incident. He has just gone into the pits. So the only 2 then that we got is John McHutchison and Marco Tolman, and they've only got about 13 minutes to take their second stop. What do we think?
Aware of it.
Are they aware of it?
Always aware of the rules. That'd be a hard way to lose the race, wouldn't it? If you've been leading by 20 seconds the entire time and then you don't forget to take your last stop.
Well, you get a 90-second penalty.
Yeah, so you'd be down in like 12th from what I can see, maybe even less than that.
That's a minute and a half, isn't it? It's going to be down 18th past
18th, yeah, behind Gary.
Behind Gary Truby. So he's got to be a little bit sensible here as McHutchinson. Maybe, I don't know if anybody knows him personally, but get a message to him to say, don't forget, son, you've only got 13 minutes to take your second stop. So is Martin Spowick, but Spowick is aware of that. I'm sure he should be. And I'm hoping Marco Tolman, currently in 2nd place, should also be aware that he's got another stop to take. Otherwise, he's another one that's going to be going down the field like a banshee. But Cascado and Gluskick are now locked in this battle together. The 2 guys, Niad currently leading the pack here. So this should be an interesting one. You know, teammates, battle for 11th and 12th. What would you do, Tyler, right about now if you've got about 23 minutes remaining?
It'd take us to stop it right now. If it gets a bit hairy, maybe we can have a stop. But it does seem right now that it's okay to continue fighting as it is. I believe McHutchison's going to the pits, but I'm not certain about that. That could be just a iRacing error.
No, he's blinking around a little bit, unfortunately, on that one. Have you guys got access to talk on the iRacing chat channel? I don't believe we have we?
I'll have a check. I don't believe you did, though, no.
No, Tyler has got the iRacing chat channel up. I don't, unfortunately. It's normally we set it as to broadcast to the co-commentator? Because otherwise, if it's coming straight through to me.
Can see the channel, yes.
But can you? Yes, you can see it. But we don't have it broadcast live, Mr. Wynn, unfortunately. Hutchinson has not gone in. He's still on his still 2 laps. If so, remind the drivers, Tyler. Can you?
Paul, I think what happens is we can't actually message them. We can only see what they message, I believe is the way it works. The spectators can't message people in the race. They can only see the messages sent from people in the race and the spectators.
Oh, there you go. Well, we are spectating. Have a go.
Yeah, we can message. We can't message. I tried to message for other series. It didn't work, so...
Oh, no, so we can't. No, don't broadcast it. Just use it to remind them. Yeah, no, unfortunately, we cannot message them in the chat. Ivan Bramer and Alphonse Ruiz. These are the guys from HRT. They've got Stefan Sheen, who's just gone in to make his second stop. Now, these guys are going to be free wide going down into Lacombe. HRT on the right-hand side. I wonder, do we know what HRT... Oh, Ruiz has gone off. Goes in so deep, he's gone off the track. And he's now going to be locked in this battle with Cascado and Gluskick behind him. But Ivan Bramer there trying to keep the car on track. There is Ruiz now. There is Gluskick and Cascado still side by side. But here we go. Look at this. Sheen and Bramer making moves on each other. John McHutchison is gone. He's in the pits. He's in the pits. McHutchison is in the pits. Tolman is not. And Tolman's only got 10 minutes. So he literally went in, dabbed, and gone back out again.
Fuel for the first time, maybe? He might have fueled the entire from the first pit stop and then just had a quick drive through.
Yeah, he literally, that can't even been that wasn't even a splash and dash, was it?
I don't think so. I'm not certain. It was a 1.15 stop, so I don't think it was.
Yeah. John McHutchison there coming in with the strategy, literally doing 1.03. That was his stop.
And that is allowed because there's no regulations that if you need to take a full pit stop or change tyres in your stops, so you can just do whatever you want in the stops, basically, as long as you make the stops before the time.
So are we saying
then
that on his philosophy there, Tyler, when he went in for his original stop, which was like a minute 11,
yeah.
We saying he's filled up to the end of the race?
That may have been a full tank, yes, just to get into the end of the race, and they just made a splash. They stop and go now then to try and get the.
What?
Smart play. It was a good race. He's now way ahead of.
Well, he's the only man in front of him is Marco Tolman, and Tolman has yet to stop.
It does mean he has to carry his tyres, though. That is something else to keep in mind, because his tyres will be much more worn towards the end of the race than Dennis's will be.
Yeah.
He has got a 12-second gap, so.
Yeah, he should be able to manage him, I would have thought. And he went in, we're past the half-hour mark, I believe, was the last time Hutchinson went in.
I believe Pat's had a crash as well, what he's been talking.
Yeah, it's Pat Seaborn not doing so well, but I don't know if that was him going into the pits. The SDK does love to tell me. But this is Seaborn going round Rivage. Going off through No Name now on the run. Oh.
First No Name crash we've seen today.
Yeah. But he manages to clear it out the way just before David Lawson, and I believe that's Gary, maybe Gary Truby.
Truby. Yeah, it was Truby.
Truby comes past him there. So Marco Tolman is in. Yeah, Tolman's going to have the fuel, I believe, and stop. And that releases McHutchinson off into first place. But it's going to be what happens here with Kyriakopoulos and David Walters. Are they going to get past Marco Tolman? That is Graham Brown, I believe, in the mix with them. Is Hanoi going to get past Tolman? That would be the interesting one. Eric Hanoi.
He was ahead before the pit stop.
Yeah, comes and takes over the position.
Tolman's leading the pits now.
Tolman is leaving the pits now, but unfortunately Spoick, who's got to stop again, is not aware that he has only done one. And there you go. That is Tolman out in fifth place with Hanoi in fourth, Walters in third, Kyriakopoulos in second, and McHutchinson in first. So why don't you just give us a quick rundown of the top 10, Tyler?
Yeah, so Hutchinson's in first place with that brilliant strategy of the stop and go after the long first stops to try and get ahead. It seems to work brilliant so far. Dennis is in second. I'm not going to second name. Sorry, Dennis. Is in second after his stop. We got Walters spun. Turn 7 there. Just reset, I believe.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. We've got Hanoi now in third then, since that happened. Tolman in fourth. Spoick yet to pit in fifth. Graham Brown with the AE rather, in sixth. We've got Sheen in seventh. Bremer, after his incident where he hit his wing, he's back out in eighth. Ruiz in 9th, and Cascado in 10th currently.
Yeah,
with Nihad close behind him as well.
Yeah, Gliskick and Cascado.
Yes.
Oh dear, Marco in for a long time. He was in for 49 seconds, Mr. Wynn. Colin's talking to you on YouTube, Tyler.
What have I done wrong?
Nothing. He's just put Tyler and then smiley faces next to it. Hey, you ribbed me the other night, Mr. Wynn, on Friday about the fact of trying to pronounce some of these names. So I let Tyler have a go and see how he got on.
Sacrificing me.
Send you out to the lamb, to the slaughter.
Me and Jay spent about 10 minutes of me trying to pronounce the name, and I couldn't get it once, so I gave up. Was how it went.
Yeah, he gave up trying to have a go. We tried to get him done, and
I got the first part down, and the second part, no idea.
Yeah, Kyriakopoulos.
Kyriakopoulos.
There we go.
Not near enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Tyler gets it done there. As we see the
pronunciation skills of Tyler.
As we see the Gliskick and Cascado battle still carrying on. These two teammates are one of the closest battles on track at the moment. However, Stefan Sheen is getting rather chased down by Ivan Bremer. As we see there, Daniele Cascado on the right-hand side.
Risky move.
Oh, I know.
And going back to the HRT team, I don't know what actually stands for, but there's a Playboy bunny on one of the things, I believe, on the front car of Ruiz. I'm not sure about that.
No,
They've both got it. Is that the Playboy bunny? Is it no bunny?
No, it's just a bunny. It's a bunny with ears.
I don't know. Is it?
No, we can't. No, it's just... We're just going to say it's a bunny with ears. Look.
A bunny with ears.
Yeah, yes. There you go. Look, it's got a nice little bow tie. Yes, on a suit. Why not? Maybe they're both, down. I don't know. We're not gonna say that. There's just a bunny with
when they
ears.
get top 3 in this endurance series, we can ask them when they're in.
Well, yeah. If they make the top 3, we'll ask them. But currently, at the moment, it's just a bunny with ears. As we see Bremer and Sheen having an absolute battle now on track. They'll be.
Might get sponsored by him, Colin.
Yeah, don't go. There's nothing worse than Ivan Bremer on OnlyFans. I can't even think of anything. I don't even know. That's just. It's like Borat in a mankini. It's just wrong. Oh, Ruiz is gone. He's having a bit of a mare today. Ruiz has gone off track in No Name again. Alphonse needs to keep his head a little bit and keep that car on track because he's managed to escape a couple of times.
I wonder if the grip's starting to go around No Name, because there's been a couple of incidents there and there hasn't been anything prior to that.
Yeah, but Ruiz has had a little bit of an off one all the way through the race, hasn't he? He's been off track before.
Yes, I believe he had that incident with Coombe early on in the race.
So, his tyres could have had a little bit of a battle with themselves there to try and keep temperature up, because obviously with the amount of times that he's been off. So there you go, he's going to have to be a little bit careful. Cascado and Kluskic still locked in their battle. But we still do have, is Capella still on track? He is. Stuart Brown is still going. So we still got 23 cars on track.
Graham technically made an on-track pass there for Capella, I believe.
Graham Brown?
Yes, he's 21st. It was very, very older gun.
Yeah, he passed Lewis area, didn't he? So there you go. Damien G still down in 20th place. David Walters. Why is he so...
on a replay, I believe.
Why is David Walters so far down? Oh! Was that...
We jinxed Sandro, didn't we? Sandro on the side.
Yeah, that was... Sandro's gone. Sandro's done. Why is David Walters so far down the field?
Why is he?
I don't know. Have a look back and see.
He had he spun, didn't he? Turn 7 when I was going for in the top 10. He spun at turn 7, yes.
Spun
Did a 3-minute pit stop. He's back out now.
Yeah, he's back down the field. Got towed for 2.5 of them. I'm sure of it. So there you go. There is Pat Seaborn still going around. He is down in 17th place. Lewis Area is there in 16th place. That's a very pretty livery. I'll be honest, quite like that. David Rolliston there from the other, I believe he's also involved with Moving Matters, isn't he, Cole, if I'm not mistaken? Let's just have a look.
His livery appears to suggest he is.
It is, doesn't it? Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure why it hasn't changed within the SDK, which I am currently sorting out now. So that should change, and David Rolliston is a part of Moving
Bremer
Matters.
is side by side with Cascada right now.
Yeah, Bremer and Cascado are currently side by side with a Glueskick locked in as well. So that's Cascado now up into 9th place there. So, not anymore. Cascado comes in to turn 7. No, he's going down, isn't he? He's down through Stabilo. And unfortunately, he's now dropped behind this man, Francesco Coschino, who is down in 11th place there. Graham Brown is locked in a little bit of a battle with Damien G. This is the battle for 21st and 22nd place. And these guys still going at it. Now, Lantong, they both made their mandatory 2 pit stops. And we've got just over, well, coming in, let's just say 10 minutes remaining. But Graham Brown there, chasing down Damien G.
How many pit stops has Stuart made? I believe he made 2 stops at the start. Has he stopped again since then?
Well, I got him down for 3.
Has he got 3?
Totaling 24 minutes is one of them. So he's a long way down. Sandra Cabela is in a very battered...
I can't be accurate.
Look at that. He's unfortunately, he must have been in the wars with that car. Not looking healthy as he heads down through Blanchimont there. Davey Lawson is still on track. The other BSR of Gary Truby is still there as well. Rizidik is still there. He's currently in 13th place. As we've seen, Cascado did have a spin in to Fanier and is now dropped down into 12th place. Bremer in 10th. Glueskick has got a little bit of a gap now. He is in 9th. How did Ruiz jump all of them?
I believe Ruiz was always ahead of Nihad. And then Cascado had a spin, didn't he?
Yeah, but wasn't he locked in a battle with Bremer? Oh, hold on. This is
Spoek was next to him as Spoek pitted, I believe.
This is where Bremer went off. Look. That would explain why Ruiz got past him, because he was behind him. Bremer and Ruiz.
That was a big hit as well.
Yeah, that's how Bremer involved himself in the Glueskick battle. So there you go. Where's our Bumblebee? 28th, if we're talking about the same people. Unfortunately, it looks like down in 19th, sorry. Looks like it could soon be 20th. As he's still battling with Graham Brown. Nathan.
Are you okay, Colin?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was Nathan.
Hanoi just got passed by Tolman.
Yeah, Hanoi and Tolman there have been overtaken down in. Tolman got past Hanoi down into Lacombe. Not sure who Nathan is. Cole, help me out. I haven't got a Nathan on my screen or on my timing tower or in this current session. So there we go. See Marco
I can
Tolman.
think of one Nathan in a different session.
Yeah, no, me as well. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So Eric Hanoi there and Marco Tolman swapping positions. That puts Hanoi down in 4th. Tolman currently in.
I don't think he was on the grid, Colin. I'm not seeing Nathan Rumpy.
No, Nathan. I didn't see Nathan on the grid either. Nathan isn't obviously here at the moment. Alphonse Ruiz and Martin Spoek. These are the closest battle on track at the moment. No, I haven't seen him. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have been here. I'm not quite sure where he is. Any idea why he's not racing?
I haven't been told anything.
No, but wasn't he on an aeroplane on Friday? If I'm not mistaken. Sure, he was on an aeroplane on Friday. Let me
Into the country or out?
Let me have a look, see if I can get anything from him. But I thought, as far as I'm aware, he was on an aeroplane. I believe the last time I may have seen any messages from him. So Alfonso Ruiz here. Now we've got a little over 7 minutes remaining. Yes, but he'd had landed by now. Well, maybe. I've sent him a message, Cole. I'll try and get some information.
Sorry, he's flying to. Maybe he's done the world tour twice.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. You never know. But Matt Hutchinson is out in front. Kyrgiopoulos is in second place. This is your closest battle now. Tolman and Hanoi are still locked in horns in third and fourth. Maybe we see if we can get Hanoi into the booth. Here goes Ruiz now, trying to go up the inside of Spoick. Didn't make it that time round. This is the battle for 7th place. So
struggling to get out of that corner there.
Yeah, he's struggling to get the car moving in the forward.
Has Bremer pitted for the repairs, or has he still got damage? Because he just lost a lot of time to Cascado then.
Bremer, no, he's still behind Cascado.
He must still got damage.
Yeah, he's still got the damage, I don't think. I don't think he's going to be making a move 5 minutes in before the end of the race, I've got to be honest. Yeah, his car's not looking healthy. But he's doing a stellar job. He's down in 12th place at the moment, so that's always good after having, well, he's been involved in 2 incidents now, isn't he? When they both in the same corner in turn 7 there, Tyler.
For what, sorry?
Bremer's incidents.
Yes, they was. Bremer's incident was in turn 7, and so was Walters as well.
Yeah, but Bremer, his second one was in turn 7 as well, wasn't it?
I think it's only 1 in turn 7, I believe.
No,
There's
right.
1 in turn 7 and 1 around, is it Puon?
Puon.
Might have been Puon.
Oh, okay, so there we go. So Bremer was involved in both those incidents here.
But my camera wasn't working, so I didn't actually see that replay.
Oh, okay. Tolman and Hanoi still having a half a second back here. Ruiz and Spoick still half a second. Cascado and Bremer dropped out to about a second now. So if you're wondering what is happening on the timing tower, if it is yellow, they are above half a second. If it's orange, they are below half a second. As you can see, Ruiz and Spoick dropped down to half a second. We've still got 20 cars, I believe, running on track. Pat Seaborn might be our last in 23rd, actually. Looked like he's had a little bit of a tasty incident there. So
Well, I thought Akuma, as far as I can see, I believe.
Let's have a look with, oh, okay. Oh.
That was before, that was when the incident already happened.
Yeah, that's already done and dusted there. Pat went off track here. Let's have a look. You know where this is, don't you?
Yeah, it's staff off 1, isn't it?
It's turn 7. No,
No,
he's on round Stablo, isn't he? Before he
Yeah.
goes on to Blanchimont. Oh, no, he's not.
That's
Oh.
a very wide line.
Yeah, that's definitely not stopping that car there for poor Pat Seaborn. Brahim, and unfortunately, is now in the pits, but we've got McHutchison who's out front. There's not a lot to say to John, really. He's just done an absolute stellar job. David Lawson is driving a blinder. David is down in 14th. He is up 2 on his starting position. We'll start it down in 16th, up 2. He's still going to absolutely amazing drive from him. Rizalik still
Truby's up 10.
Yeah, Truby is up 10 places. G is up 6.
Spoick up 12 as well.
Yeah, and Spoick is up 12 there. Martin Spoick in 12, up 12 places. All of them doing an absolute stellar job. Again, here is Spoick and Ruiz. Ruiz going to send it in the inside of Spoick. Is there going to be room for the two of them to get round Lacombe? There is. Can they get round turn 7? They can.
Someone should send that to Walters to, educate for next time.
Yeah, they did literally do. There is a few that could do with some turn 7 practice, because it is quite a tricky turn. But there is Ruiz now up into 7th place, doing a stellar job, driving up into 7th. But, to all be fair and dusted, we're not on the white flag this time, because he just got under the 2-minute 12 there, did John McHutchison. I thought this was going to be the last lap. He literally just got under by about 2 to 3 seconds. So we're going to have one more. Graham Brown has been involved in an incident. I believe there's nothing more. He went into the pits, didn't he, I think?
Is that his second stop now?
No, isn't this his third?
Yeah, it's his third now.
It's got to be his
just
third.
updated.
Yeah, let's make sure it is. It's his third place. Ooh, Tyler. Colin wins.
Well, it was more of a statement on the fact that there's like 5 times where Walters backed out of trying to pass John at the start of the race. That was more of a into a coom, I should say.
Just we're just getting the controversy out there, Cole. Getting it out at the beginning. And I'm sure we're here.
No such thing as bad publicity.
I'm going to let him in. I'm going to pull David Walters in and let Tyler do
Let him yell at me.
Yeah, let Tyler do the interview. So there you go. That would be David Walters. We'll come in. We'll get him in. So we are expected to do interviews with the top 3 guys that currently at the moment looks like John McHutchison, Dennis Kiriakopoulos, and Marco Tolman. So there you go.
I can assure you do not want to watch me drive Spa for 90 minutes. The last time I did Spa, I was doing a 24-hour race, and I put it in the wall top of Radion because I got a Steam message during the during the corner, and instinctively looked at it and then crashed. So
I'd also like to point out as well, Cole, that I've seen him in other leagues, and he took his team out in an F1 race.
That was in a bus stop, to be fair, as well.
That I was commentating on. So he hasn't got a great record round here. So I dread to think see him in a radical. Marco Tolman is now under pressure a little bit from Eric Hanoi. Hanoi hasn't got long, and I believe he's going to have about 2 minutes.
About 3 seconds in it was.
There we go.
It's 4 seconds, the exact time.
There is Barney the flag bearer waving. We're on the white flag lap now. But here is the battle. This will be the Tolman battle. Can Hanoi take it this time around? He couldn't manage it on Friday. Unfortunately, had an incident with Tolman and put him in the wall. But Marco Tolman now is managing to hold on to 3rd place. But I've got a funny feeling Hanoi's not going to let him get away with this one easily, Tyler.
No, it's going to be a tight last lap.
Got the whole of Kemmel, and he's got the whole of Blanchimont.
Yeah, he's going to have the traffic entire time. He has to stay close in the corners, doesn't he, really? Has to focus there.
He's got to give it a go, isn't he? The last lap of the race, what you got to lose?
He has. Yeah, you have. He got a good exit out of turn 1 there as well.
Yeah, Hanoi's gap has come down literally below 3 tenths now. You can see it on the left-hand side. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. Is this going to be Hanoi's chance? Tolman there hugs the inside line. Where did Hanoi go? Hello? He's still there somewhere. Oh, there he is beside us. Oh, blimey. Tolman and Hanoi side by side. Eric there just must have had a bit of a spurt on the internet because he disappeared a couple of times. That was quite scary. So the next one's going to be...
scary for Tolman.
Yeah, I can imagine Tolman there just all of a sudden sitting with a car behind him and then all of a sudden goes black. There has been an incident involving Stuart Brown. I'm not quite sure if he was just going into the pits. I think it was possibly going into the pits. No. Yeah, maybe. We'll have a look. But this
I think it was an incident from what I can see.
Yeah, Hanoi's last opportunity is down Blanchimont, and I don't know if he's going to get that either. So as we go round now down into Fagnier. There we go. We're going to go right.
John is coming into bus stop now as well.
I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I can see him now. He's just coming into the bus stop. Here is your race victor from round 1 of the REC from Spa, John McHutchison, after pulling out, well, what can only be perceived as an absolutely stellar pit stop strategy, and takes 1st place. Dennis Kiriakopoulos goes across the line in 2nd. Further behind here is Tolman and Hanoi. How did this work out? Oh, Tolman.
Not enough energy for it for Hanoi.
No, and he's
blinking again now as
gone
well.
as well. Where is he now? I don't even know where he is. Marco, oh, there is Hanoi. Oh, Hanoi comes across in 4th. Moving Matt Star on 5th. Comes across the line. Graham Brown in an absolute stellar job in 5th place. We'll get messages out to the leader, out to the lead 3 to join us in the booth. We will have interviews with the lead 3. Stephen Sheen there did an absolute stellar job of keeping the car on track and up into 6th place. He comes across the line. There you go. Alphonse Ruiz in 7th. Martin Spoick behind in 8th. So this is the Gluskit-Koskino battle. Gluskit leads now. Your championship title defender is in 9th place. Koskino in 10th. Cascado in 11th. So not a good opening race for Nia Gluskik. Frederick Rizdik is there in 12th place. Oh no! Lawson and Bramer on the last lap, last corner. Did Lawson? Oh no! Lawson manages to hold on to it. Was that a big send from Bramer? Can we get back to that? I'm gonna have to try and see if we can get back to that.
We'll be able to. It's not before the end of session.
Here we go. There is Bramer there. Oh, okay. It was hard because Lawson went in deep, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I had to tire the brakes too much.
Yeah, Lawson went in deep.
We have got the first of the top 3 in the interview as well.
Yeah, Gary Truby comes across the line. We will bring you up the results as soon as they come through. And here they are from round 1 in Spa. Your winner, John McHutchinson, in 2nd place, Dennis Kiriakopoulos. 3rd is Marco Timewood. 4th is Eric Hanoi. 5th is Graham Brown. 6th is Stefan Sheen. 7th, Alphonse Ruiz. And it's gone. 8th is Martin Spoick. 9th, Nia Gluskik. 10th, Francesco Koskino. 11th, Daniele Cascado. 12th, Frederick Rizdik. 13th, David Lawson. 14th, Ivan Bramer. 15th, David Rolliston. 16th, Gary Truby. 17th, Lewis Area. 18th, David Walters. 19th, Damien G. 20th, Graham Brown. 1 lap down. 21st, Sandra Cabela. 2 laps down. Still didn't have a good broadcast race. He's not going to be happy. Stuart Brown in 22nd, Pat Seaborn 23rd, Paul Velasco 24th, your very own Colin Wynn in 25th, David Burnell in 26th, David Tamara in 27th place. So there you go. Right, let's get in one of the guys. Now, I want to speak to this man. So let's first off congratulate you, John McHutchinson, for victory in today's round.
Thanks, James. How you doing?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you? You just
Good, thanks.
You just pulled off a masterstroke that confused all of us.
The pit stop.
Yeah. Well, we were debating here, John. I got to be honest. We were sitting there going, "What has he done? He must have done something wrong because it was like 1:11 you were in the whole time for, and it turns out that it was nothing short than genius."
The first stop, I just fueled it till the end. There's nothing in the rules that says you have to take fuel or tyres on your second stop, just 2 stops. So I knew the track was getting colder, the tyres would be okay.
So that was the philosophy, because we did say that Colin in Wynn did say that there was nothing in the rules that said you couldn't just stop and dash on your last one. But overall, though, you know, how was the race for you? Because this is the first one. This was round 1. Was it just trying to get points on the board?
It was really good. Enjoyed it. It was really close racing at the start, as it always is at round Spa in these cars. The draft helps a lot, depending how you look at it. So it was really tight, but we got there in the end. The first race in the championship, this series, seems pretty good.
Well, it couldn't have gotten off to a better start than that, really, could it?
I almost got the fastest lap in the last lap, but I blew it in the bus stop chicane. I was trying for the fastest lap, but no, not to be.
Yeah, Kiriakopoulos took that with a 2:12.39. I would like to only point out that you were 6 thousandths of a second.
I actually think Graham Brown took that with a 2:12.29.
Graham Brown.
Yeah, Graham Brown got
yes, I believe
pretty
so.
late on.
Oh,
yep.
Well, there you go. Graham Brown pipped you to it there, sir. So what's the plans now? You got a couple of weeks break before we go into Watkins Glen. Is that a track you like?
Oh yes, definitely. One of my favourite tracks on iRacing. So looking forward to that. I like Spa. The thing about Spa is the draft. It's just too overpowered around Spa. So that's always good for close racing, but makes it difficult as well. But Watkins Glen's slightly different.
Yeah. So will you be out practicing, or are you going to wait for that one?
No, I'll be okay for practice. I've done it often enough. I'm away to Rome tomorrow anyway for 4 days. So.
Oh, Oh,
Go
nice.
for a wee break.
Oh, well, you deserve it after getting your victory tonight at round 1 of the REC at Spa. So congratulations again, John, to you.
Thanks a lot.
No worries, and thank you very much for joining us in the booth, and we look forward to seeing you in Watkins Glen. You have a good break.
Crash on.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right, so let's get in. Dennis is in the booth, your second place man. Dennis, how are you, sir?
Hello, James. How are you? I'm good.
Well, you know, we spoke last night, Dennis, when you took the victory in the sprint. You know, different story. Not last night, Friday. Sorry, I'm even losing track of days now, mate. And different story tonight. Second place. You had to kind of work for it.
It was hard, and I know John from other leagues, and I know how good he is, so I'm very happy with my result.
Yeah. It was quite a comfortable second in the end, wasn't it? Really, you had a good 15 seconds, I believe it was.
Yeah, I don't know what strategy the John did, but I think it was quite interesting.
Wow. I'm not going to give any strategies away, Dennis, but you are going to have to go and watch the broadcast back because it was a genius stroke. Absolutely incredible. So, you know, you go and watch it back, Dennis. See what happened to John's strategy, but it was a, masterclass. Absolute masterclass. But, you know, we're going on now, round 2 weeks' time in Watkins Glen. What are you going to do? Because you've got the first week sprints next week, haven't you, in Zolder?
Yeah, we'll focus now on Zolder next week, and I take it step by step. I will see how we'll do in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be thereabouts. Dennis, you're just coming off the sprint at Watkins Glen beforehand, so you would have run enough laps, wouldn't you think, to be relatively quick, surely?
Of course, I'm trying my best. I know that some other drivers are going to join the league that are really good, so it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one. But again, congratulations on your second place this evening, Dennis.
Thank you very much, James.
No worries. Thank you very much for joining us. So there you go, guys. That is Dennis Kiriakopoulos in second place. Now let's bring in Marco Tolman into the booth. He finished third this evening. Absolutely stellar job. Was having a nice little battle with Eric Hanoi. Marco, so congratulations on your third place.
Thank you so much.
I honestly thought, I've got to be honest, because we obviously were, you guys were involved in the sprint on Friday. We obviously saw you, unfortunately, I believe Eric came up behind you up top of Al Rouge Radion. Difference in speed, he put himself off into the left-hand side, into the wall, which was unfortunate, wasn't it? We both said that last time. You know, clean racing tonight from you guys.
Yeah, it was very clean. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I honestly thought Eric was going to have a go on the last 2 laps. I was hoping he wasn't going to dive you, and you know, it could have all gone wrong for you both. But it seemed to be a little bit clean. Was you a little bit nervous?
Yeah, I was a little bit sweaty near the end. At the beginning of the race, Eric and I were also close. We couldn't keep up with the top 3, and then and we were doing similar lap times. And then after my pit stop, I caught up with him, and I was able to pass him. And initially, he was able to hang on a little bit. I think maybe I've made a mistake, and he was able to close up the gap a little bit. But yeah, he wasn't able to pass me in the end. I don't know why. Maybe his concentration was lapsing a little bit. I don't know. But it was super fun and really exciting. I spun again at the chicane, just like in the sprint race, and so I at that point I didn't think I was going to be able to get on the podium. So I was actually surprised to make third place.
Well, to be fair, you guys did a stellar job. You know, you finished in third. You know, you've got to be happy. It's not been a bad weekend of racing at Spa for you, is it?
No, it's been great. I'm really happy.
What was it? I think it's 2 third places, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Third place, yeah.
There you go. Well, come on, dude. You're going to be going. I'd be coming out of here like, I don't know, I'm going to go and drink a beer and spray champagne like I just won Monaco. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I'm very happy. But I'm also a little bit frustrated with those stupid mistakes that I made.
Yeah, but it's Spa, mate. We saw it all the way through turn 1, Lacombe, and turn 7 off the back of Lacombe. There was mistakes all the way through. So, yeah, you weren't the only one. I've got, you know what I mean? Watkins Glen in 2 weeks, but you've got Zolder next week, haven't you? First.
Yeah. Yep. Zolder. Yeah, I love Zolder. Nice track. It's gonna be intense to do that for 90 minutes. Oh no, we do. We do Zolder 90 minutes?
No, you do Zolder in the sprint next Friday.
Oh, it's just a sprint race. Oh yeah,
and then,
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and then Zolder. No, then you've got Watkins Glen for 90 minutes.
Ah, okay. Watkins Glen. That's doable. I love Watkins Glen. It's a nice track.
Yeah, I think Dennis and obviously John both love Watkins Glen as well. So I think it's going to be an interesting battle. I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I do too, mate. But congratulations again, Marco, on your 3rd place. Absolutely stellar job as always.
Thanks, man.
You take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Right, so that is it. That rounds out our top 3 interviews.
Before we go, I believe I have the incidents from the race to say who's got points, I believe.
Okay.
You want to do that now?
If you've got it up and running. Are you sure it's right, though? Because Eric Hanoi has put in chat.
Yeah, I have. I'm going to factor that in. It's obviously could be different, but the preliminary is Dennis has got 3 points.
As the extra incidents, you mean?
Yeah, the extra points. Yeah, no incident. You got 3 incidents, so you got 3 points.
Okay.
Eric has got 0, but he got hit at the end of the race, I believe. He was on the turn 1, so he's got 5 points from that.
Yep.
Sheen has also got 3 incidents, which means that was a mistake. I actually meant Guzik has got 3 incidents, so he has got 3 points as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that is all of the people getting points. Maybe Spoek is getting 1 as well, I believe.
Oh, well, there you go. So there wasn't many drivers that completed the race without incidents, unfortunately. But then again, it is Spa, and it's so easy to get an off track there as well. Okay, so Tyler, I'm going to go for it now this week. I'm going to go with 1 sentence from you about the racing. Tell us.
Confusing, I think, would be the main word I'd use with how John kept us out of the loop to the very last pit stop there. We thought he had made a mistake in the pit stops and lost all his time, and then suddenly he's back up front again, 15 seconds ahead of anyone else. It was very not seen that kind of strategy before. It'd be interesting to see who uses that next race in sequence the next race.
I think a lot of people are going to be basically looking at this and thinking, oh my God, yes, I'm going to be doing that next time out. But guys, that is it from me and Tyler tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been another absolutely stellar, epic race. As always, here from the FBL community from round 1 at the REC at Spa-Francorchamps. Join us next week. We are going to be live. Yes?
Nathan was not in because his family's not very well, by the way, for Colin, if he's still here.
Oh, if you're still here, Colin, Nathan is not in, his family's not very well. So there you go. So next week we are at Circuit Zolder on Friday, so please join us on the YouTube channel. If you are watching it back, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on the bells for all notifications, all the important things you need to do when you're watching us on YouTube. And that is it. So we will see you next Friday at 8:10 in the evening, ready for Circuit Zolder in round 2 of the RSC next Friday. But for now, guys, from me, Tyler Oldham, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track.